Welcome to the 77th Montana East-West Shrine Game from MTN Sports.
Hello and welcome to Dallas Stadium in Billings, Montana for the 76th Montana East-West Shrine Game. Now, there are a lot of all-star events on the summer schedule, but none bigger than this one. In fact, it's the oldest Shrine Game of its kind in the United States, and over the last decade, it's raised about $1 million for the expert orthopedic care provided by the Shriners Children's Hospital in Spokane, Washington. Good evening. Tom Wiley here down on the field. Greg Upham and Scott Breen will have the call at the top of the hour, but for now, I'm joined by Dante Williams in his first ever Shrine Game. And Dante, looking at the recent history of this, it's been pretty one-sided.
Absolutely, Tom. In 76 games, the East actually holds the all-time series, 41 wins, only 35 losses. But, in fact, it's only the West that has won the last three, including a blowout last year in Butte, winning that one 45-13.
3 in a row. Let's see if they can make it 4 in a row. But, you know, both teams are full of stars. Both teams wants to win. Football, a very important part of this weekend. But it's not the main part. The Shriners Children's Hospital in Spokane provides expert orthopedic care, and this game is an effort to raise money and funds for the services that they provide. So all night long, at the bottom of your screen, you will hear and see the phone number, the website where you can make donations to help fund the care. And that is what you can do to help out in their mission, and your donations will help improve the lives of Montana children.
Yeah, Tom, actually this year, the Shriners Children's Hospital in Spokane is celebrating 100 years. MTN Scott Breen has a story on how the mission of the Shriners has impacted 4 generations of lives in Montana.
This is Maddox Roberts, a defensive end from Billings Central. This is his great-grandmother, Irene, who survived the 1920s polio pandemic thanks to the very cause Maddox will play for on Saturday, Shriners Hospitals for Children.
She couldn't really use her right side of her body much, right arm, right leg, and she lived to 104, and like doing that, especially with polio, I'm really inspired by her.
His brother Maverick and dad John are also inspired. All three will have played in the Shrine Affair that delivers additional inspiration to a family tree that may not exist if not for the dedicated Children's Hospital.
She went to the Shriners in 1923 when she was 6 years old, and you know, a lot of kids, when they got polio, it was not a good result.
Growing up in Helena, John was close to his grandma Irene.
She remembered stories of really it being a gathering of young children, all with polio, because it was almost a quarantine type situation, and she would talk about playing with them.
John would eventually marry Tara Thielen, and the Shrine Hospital story would grow. Her dad, Jim, was treated there for clubfoot. He passed away at 66 before Maddox and Maverick were born, but they still hear tales of his athleticism in football, basketball, and track.
Mom talks about, you know, because he had the clubfoot, he had like the really small calves, but he was super fast despite of it.
The feeling is Grandpa Jim and great-grandma Irene will be watching Saturday as Maddox embraces the Shrine family legacy. It's an all-star game that Montana alone, over the last decade, has funded over $1 million to the hospital, most of any East-West Shrine game in the nation. Maddox will pull on this yellow jersey trying to repeat Maverick's East win 5 years ago. Dad won it playing for the West, wearing red back in 1993. So what happens if John breaks out that red jersey Saturday night?
I'm fine with it because I know he'll always root for my side. You know, go yellow.
With the Shriners orthopedic surgeon, Dr. Tom Halverson. Being from Montana, can you explain to me what this weekend, what the Shrine Game all means to you?
This is an amazing experience. I first came to this game in about 1975 with my dad, got to enjoy it, then kind of moved away, and now I work at the Shriners Hospital, and I get to appreciate the true mission of what this is. So we got these kids who are here for the highlight of their life so far, probably, doing just a wonderful thing for the kids that we take care of.
And can you tell us what the sports medicine specialties Shriners provide for the children in Spokane?
Yeah, it's relatively new. We've just started in the last couple of years, and we've got a couple of orthopedic sports medicine surgeons. We've got orthopedic physical therapy. We're covering teams and high schools. We're trying to get more involved in the community with the sports medicine side of it to take care of those kind of kids.
Now, are athletes all in your region able to access your care?
Yes, they are. Anybody can come to our facility. We see kids from basically the whole state of Montana, Idaho, and Washington, and we have outreach clinics that go other places.
And then can you just tell me exactly what is your role here tonight at the 77th Shrine Game?
Well, I'm here to help out with the medical coverage on the sideline if it's necessary. Most likely I'm just here to enjoy the game, represent the Shriners Hospital, and have a good time and support the kids.
Of course, the kids is the biggest deal here. I hear rumors that if you do a little dance, you know, watchers may be entitled to donate a little bit more. Can we get a little bit of a dance out of you?
Oh, that is the last thing you want to see.
It's all right. It's all right. Well, we hope that they all donate anyway. Coming up after this, we'll be able to go through all the talent that's here. Tom and I will be going over the talent on the Shrine rosters for the East and West teams.
Watch me. Watch my first step turn to leaps and bounds. Watch me.
Want live TV for free with no subscriptions? Meet Tablo. Purchase a Tablo and you can access over 90 free channels. Watch the primetime shows, local news, and live sports you love for free, including all of the top networks. With Tablo, you can record, pause, and replay it all because Tablo's built-in storage lets you record over 50 hours of content to watch when you want. Setup is easy. Just connect Tablo to the included antenna and to your Wi-Fi. Tablo then sends the TV signal wirelessly to any compatible device, anywhere in your home. And 0 monthly fees, subscriptions, or contracts. The best TV is free TV. Get a Tablo Total System with the device and TV antenna at an incredible low price. You'll also receive free shipping and a 30-day money-back guarantee. Tablo. Pay once and watch forever. Order now at TabloTV.com or these popular retailers.
Watch me. Watch me shine with every snap. Born to move fans, to cheer and clap. 2 different legs, that's how I play. One built from science to help me on the day. Between these lines, I'm all heart and muscle. Don't stare too long, you'll miss the hustle. Watch me. Pioneers in prosthetic technology at Shriners Children's. The most amazing care anywhere.
Montana's top gridiron stars, all under the lights here at Daly Stadium. Tom and I are going to rifle through some of these lineups so you can get a feel for the level of talent here in Billings. We're going to start with the East team.
The guys running the show, Adam Balkenbush, a 3-year starter for Billings Central. If there's anyone that will leave it all out there tonight, it's him. He's heading to MSU, but will not be playing sports, so this is his last game for the foreseeable future. And Thomas Buchanan, he's undecided on his football future, but he has options elsewhere. His family owns a financial business here in Billings, but he's also taken a liking to becoming a dentist after his uncle and grandfather. Diving into those skill players. Benjamin Falkowski, he's the Calgary selection for this year's East squad, and with the speed that he brings to the wideout position, he can create a lot of matchup problems for that West defense. Not to mention Rocco Lencioni from the state champion Bozeman team. Had nearly 1,000 yards receiving this season, and he's headed to play for the Cats. Taking a look at the big guys up front. Lots of talented guys, but one that stands out is Landon Thompson. He helped Fairview to an undefeated state championship, but that's not all. His offensive line didn't give up a single sack this season, and he helped the Eagles rush for over 220 yards a game. Hopping over to the defensive side of the ball, in that secondary, you can find find guys like Mason Deathman and Ethan Triplett. Both guys have made multiple state championship appearances, so they know a few things about winning. And the guys that'll be in the box tonight, Cooper Collins, a Great Falls kid. He excels at getting into the backfield as he led the AA in sacks this season. And he's a smart kid, too. 4 years on the honor roll, and he plans to study health sciences at Carroll. Then you have Tice Casterline. Put him down in the history books. He's the first player to ever represent Lockwood in the Shrine Game, helped his school to their first ever playoff appearance, and holds a couple of school records in track as well.
We'll start with the West quarterbacks. Carter Kraft and Key Christensen, both incredible athletes playing their final game under center. Kraft signed to play linebacker at Sacramento State, while Christensen, a state champion at Dillon, will play receiver in Montana State. Now, the last time he stepped on the field, he scored a walk-off two-point conversion for the Beavers in the state title game. Take a look at the skill players for the West. Size jumps out. Sentinel teammates Grady Walker and Daniel Sermon, 6'4" and 6'6" respectively, both heading to the University of Montana next year. Joey Sandberg of Missoula Big Sky led Class AA in rushing in 2023. How about the big fellas up front? We're going to highlight the two dozers from Jefferson. Dalton Noble, one of the top recruits in the state, flipped from Army West Point to Montana State. His Panthers teammate Taven McMaster is the biggest dude on the West roster at 6'3", 280. He'll play for Carroll College next year. The linebacking core features several Frontier Conference commits and state champions. Libby's Jace DeShazer, a state wrestling champion for the Loggers. More on the West defense. Talk about multi-sport athletes here. Glacier's Isaac Kime will play tight end for the Grizz. He's also a state swimming champion. Meanwhile, Andrew Burrows of Hamilton will join the Idaho State track and field team. He's the state A discus champion. And Eureka's Tristan Butts in the secondary today, but he'll play baseball at Division III Whitworth in college. And there's a look at your rosters. Now, when you think of the Shriners Children's Hospital in Spokane, you think of the expert orthopedic care they provide, the kids with cerebral palsy. But I heard Dr. Halverson say earlier in this broadcast, the sports medicine program is a huge emphasis as to what they do these days. And that's something that a Billings West standout learned firsthand after an unfortunate injury in last year's game. The injury occurred during the second quarter of the 76th Montana East-West Shrine Game in Butte.
I was just kind of chasing after the quarterback, and then next thing I knew, someone flew into my leg. I kind of knew what happened right as soon as it did happen. I tried getting up, and I couldn't get up, so that was a bummer. And I knew that right as soon as it happened. I probably broke my leg.
Garcia suffered a spiral fracture and dislocated ankle. A tough break, literally and figuratively, for the Montana Tech football signee.
Pretty much the first thing I thought about was football, and oh shoot, I'm probably not playing for a while.
Chris and his mom were at the Shriners Children's Hospital in Spokane the very next day, and that's where surgeon Dr. Glenn Baird stepped in.
So it was the outer bone of the ankle called the fibula, which is a common bone to break, and so we did a surgery that involved putting the bone back together and using a surgical plate and some screws, which is a pretty straightforward thing to do, and then from that point it's all Chris.
In keeping with the Shriners' mission, it came at no cost to Chris or his family.
You know, that was a really big blessing, having them take care of everything for me. I mean, that was, also one of the biggest concerns about it was like, geez, this is gonna cost a crazy amount of money.
And after months of rehab, Garcia was cleared to return to the field just in time for spring drills in Butte.
I can't wait to be playing football again. That's honestly just the thing that I've been waiting for. Where I was at in my life before it all happened, I had no idea. I thought I was going to be playing football until I died, and then having this happen, it really slowed me down a lot. Showed me, what's important. I don't think I've ever had a more motivated patient than Chris. I don't think I've ever had to slow anybody down as much as we tried to slow Chris, because he's the hardest working guy you're ever going to meet. So when you see what he's doing, it's at least 95% Chris and maybe 5% what we did.
Coming up, we'll speak with this year's Shrine Patient Ambassadors, Adeline and Dallas. They are truly the reason for this game. Stay with us.
And his parents, Jennifer and Dan Goodman.
Watch me. Watch me grapple, move, and pin. When I hit the mat, don't underestimate the grin. I've got state championships and medals to show, but it's about more than just winning. This you should know. Overcoming odds through therapy and care. The road was long. Now opponents beware. Watch me. Game-changing sports medicine at Shriners Children's. The most amazing care anywhere.
So how exactly is Northwestern Energy delivering a bright future?
By making sure your lights come on every day.
And providing new ways to help you save.
By adding critical infrastructure
that allows our communities to grow.
By dedicating time and resources that ensure our energy's reliability.
And decreasing our emissions until we reach net zero.
It's your future and all of ours.
So we won't stop working
until it's as bright as it can be.
Watch me. Here I stand on my own 2 feet. Jump shot intact, here to compete. Skilled hands were there to mend the bone. From loving halls that brought me home. My world stopped with a drive through the lane. Now give me the ball. You'll remember my name. Watch me. Orthopedic excellence at Shriners Children's. The most amazing care anywhere.
Hey, Montana, this is where we live, and we are here to play.
A big catch right there.
Here to laugh.
How you doing?
Here to chat.
Welcome to the show. Boy, is it a big one.
Here to get inspired. Here to stay current from around the country.
For stories of survival.
To right down the street.
I'm out here live in Billings.
And here to cheer on our favorite team.
Yes, touchdown.
Together, all season long. This is MTN.
Welcome back to Davis Stadium. We're inching closer to kickoff, but the festivities truly kicked off Friday night at the annual Montana East-West Shrine Game Banquet, featuring a full house at the Billings Hotel and Convention Center. Players, cheerleaders, and shrine temples were recognized, but the best of all, we raised nearly $20,000 from the live auction. But that's just a start. We're hoping that number will climb tonight. Call that phone number, visit that website, and keep those donations coming.
Yeah, now the moment you've all been waiting for, folks. We're talking with the Shrine Patient Ambassadors here for the 2024 77th Annual Montana East-West Shrine Game. We have Adeline Cole. We have Dallas Goodman. They've been busy all week. Dallas, can you tell me about what the week's been like for you?
It's been here and there, like, kind of thing. And barely got any full time, but it's so fun.
Yeah, you're looking forward to pool time, I imagine. So awesome, man. Now, I know you guys have both been going to the Shriners Children's Hospital for most of your lives. Adeline, can you tell me about what they've done for you and what the experience has been like in Spokane?
Yeah, so what they've done for me is, like, they've helped with everything, and they're really nice, and they and give you, like, full answers that you need to know, and they'll tell us kids so that we're aware of what we're doing.
That's awesome. And now you've been part of cheer camp this week as well, right? What's that been like, Addie?
Well, it's been really fun because I haven't really been able to cheer for 2 years, so it's been really fun.
Very cool, very cool. So that means that you guys both kind of picked a team, right? I think you're West or East? You're the East ambassador, you're the West ambassador. All right. What do you think? Do you have a prediction for this game? Is it going to be fun? What do you think?
Well, it's obviously windy. I think it's going to be a good game.
All right. Do we have a cheer? Can you tell me whatever cheer you guys have been doing so far this week, Addie?
Well, we've been doing a lot of cheers, but we're going to start with a dance to Shake It Off by Taylor Swift, and that's really fun, so.
And I think that's a perfect note to end it on. Adeline, Dallas, thank you guys so much for joining us again. This is the reason for the Montana East-West Shrine Game, is helping out patients like these ones and helping out Montana kids. We'll be right back with the start of the 77th Montana East-West Shrine Game.
The folks at the Shriners have just been wonderful for wanting to step in and help my daughter and my family, and they're nothing but just a blessing.
Donate now. Please call the number on your screen or go to mtshrinegame.org.
What is happening?
Just like my Nana's house, her couch was immaculate. See, kids? It's all about protection. Floods, termites,
Wild animals.
But Chester's not wild.
I like to play tennis. I like to go bike riding, swimming, walking my dogs, badminton, and that would probably not be possible without Shriners.
Donate now. Please call the number on your screen or go to mtshrinegame.org.
The following is a special presentation of MTN, the Montana Television Network. Welcome to the 77th Montana East-West Shrine Game from MTN Sports.
Greg Upham at Dela Stadium here in Billings, Montana, and welcome to your 77th annual East-West Shrine football game. That steals the show here tonight. And Greg, your thoughts early on. We had a heavy gust of wind just over an hour ago. It seems to have settled here in time for the kickoff.
Well, I'll tell you what, this is shaping up to be Eastern Montana versus Western Montana, because in Eastern Montana you think agriculture and John Deere tractors, and Western Montana you think speedboats and fast water, right? and the West brings speed and the East brings power. So we'll see how it ends up in the end here. This is a great matchup tonight.
Well, East won the kickoff and deferred, so here comes Mackie Berkeley with his big leg trying to boot it out of the end zone, and well done. In fact, off the uprights and through, much to the delight of this fan crowd.
A guy by the name of Cash Gokachia is back there, and they do not want him to touch the ball. I mean, apparently the first day of practice in Butte, they ran a running play the first time, and the quarterback turned around to hand off the ball to Gokachia, and Gokachia was already in Idaho Falls by the time the quarterback got turned around and actually missed him. And so Coach Duchesne said, we might want to hand the ball off just a little bit quicker if Gokachia's in the backfield.
Well, we'll see if they run it or throw it early on. It's Carter Kraft in at quarterback to start this game from Helena High. He's off to Sacramento State, where he'll play linebacker. First play of the game, 15-minute quarters in this one. They do hand it off. No trouble. Up the middle with that handoff, although a very short game, maybe a yard. That'll set up second and long.
I think, as the game unfolds, really, West has fighter jets on the outside. The wide receivers are legit. The question is, can the quarterbacks get the ball to them before they outrun their arm? And I mean, that's a great question. And then on the East, Coach Stanton wants to run the ball. They want to run it violently, and they've got the machine to do it. And so it'll be a great matchup to see if West defensive front can handle East offensive front.
Well, yes, and if you're trying to run the football and pound it and you get behind by 2 or 3 scores early on, then it's tough sledding to get back at it. So on the keeper, it's Kraft. Now near a first down. We'll see what they signal.
Kraft is really high. He's a well-coached quarterback, and he's smart. He sees what's there. He doesn't try to overdo himself. And West has a great offensive line, too. I went to the banquet last night, Scott, and they're just simply big people. I mean, they really are. I was thinking back in high school, our center, Darby Miller, I was going to give him a little bit of love tonight. He was listed at, I think, 5'10", 180 pounds, right? He was probably 5'9", $145. I mean, the times have changed. These people are big on the field.
All right, well, it is 3rd and 1. They hold them up short of the first down, so Kraft still in the backfield at quarterback with one man behind him. We'll see if they just try to pound it. No, they toss it to the outside quickly. Well done there, as it's Cash Gokachia, one of the speedsters that you talked about just a moment ago for the first down.
And he's got legit speed, right? The modern day offenses are so great. They know how to feature people. They know how to create matchup problems, and they're going to get Gokachia in space. There's no doubt about it. Coach Duchesne coming out of Florence, 3 state championships in a row. Going to do it.
Well, he broke a tackle there and then picked up the first down after earning every bit of it. So that'll set up a 1st and 10 from just across the 30-yard line. West, All-Stars in red, and it's Kraft back to pass. He's under heavy pressure, nowhere to go. Simply throws it away, and that's a heads-up play by Kraft.
Under pressure, ball goes out of bounds.
So your East defense doing a good job there.
There is no foul for intentional grounding. Yeah. Quarterback was out of the pocket.
And I think you're going to see that tonight. You have 1 week to prepare, right? It was 92 degrees coming in. they've been going three practices a day, and hydration is going to be an issue. I saw the trainers tonight. They were loading the water buckets up with Gatorade, and they really don't like to do that, but they just said it's just too hot. It's too hot tonight, so hydration and fatigue is going to be an issue tonight.
Need the electrolytes. All right, here we go with 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Kraft handles the snap, and they'll throw it on a second consecutive play. Has a man over the middle. Nearly breaks a tackle. Great catch and run by Colter Ramos out of Missoula Big Sky.
Yeah, and he's legit, too. All these receivers you're talking about, Kastelitz, Mudry, Ramos, Walker, and Deacon out of Calgary, really, they were talking about him in camp this week and said, listen, you got to watch this kid. He's for real.
Another first down for the West as they continue to eat clock. And as we mentioned a moment ago, these are 15-minute quarters as opposed to 12-minute quarters in high school football's regular season and postseason here across Montana. So we're approaching the 12-minute mark now, and a 1st and 10 as the West approaches midfield, and it's another handoff. There goes Gokachia to the outside. Look at the speed you talked about a moment ago, Greg. Nobody will catch him.
No. I mean,
touchdown, Gokachia.
Yeah, perfect example, right? Case in point. Gokachia in space. He just outruns everybody and scores a touchdown. Just like that, right? And now, what Stanton's saying is, hey, we cannot let them get out in front of us because we are a slow offense that's going to wear you down. And if they get down by 2 or 3, then that run game turns into a problem for them. And so, interestingly enough, and Duchesne knew how to get him in space, and why not use him that way?
Yeah, and the East looked like they had 3 guys staying at home. And he just got to the outside and ran right past him.
Speed kills.
Speed kills. So here comes the PAT attempt. As the West tries to make it an even 7-0 game.
Joey Sider, our man downstairs for the telethon, said they've had a great start. $6,200 already.
Hey, that's fantastic.
That's outstanding, and everybody that's contributed to the game it's a great benefit, as we've talked about, and everybody doing their part, and you know, the athletes coming in and doing their part, and it's just a great cause, and you know, you get a chance to see the kids and the impact that it's having on them, and so we want to thank our donors and our team downstairs, and you guys are doing a great job. So $6,200 to start the game. Thank you, everybody.
It is, and again, a terrific night. We started, it looked, I mean, I remember last year, it was nearly a squall. This game played up at Naranchi Stadium in Butte, and looked like there might be some cloud cover rolling in tonight, but proved to be just wind early on, and everything settled down now. I feel bad for those West fans because they're staring right into the sun as it sets in the West.
And not many Montanans have had a chance to acclimate to 90-degree weather, right?
No,
I mean, it's
not yet.
Still June.
And possible snow projected for next week.
Yeah, winter storm warnings on Tuesday. I mean, why not? I'll tell you one thing, though. I watched in that last play, Triplet almost ran Kokachia down, so there's legit speed out of Triplet, and he tore up the Class B All-Star. I mean, he's in the house tonight.
Well, the West strikes first just over the 12-minute mark. 12:02 left here in the opening quarter. As they are set to kick it off here, East will take its first possession of the night. That ball is up and away. Grady Walker with the leg. Possible trickery there, but no, he holds on to it. There goes Kyle Mounts with a nice return for the East All-Stars in yellow.
Yeah, and they're double timing Kraft. Kraft's the quarterback, and I mean, he makes the tackle for him, so this is an all-star game.
All right, let's take one more look at the touchdown, and here's the speed. And again, 3 players look like staying at home for the West. They just couldn't catch him.
Watch Triplet, though. Come on. Look at this. That Kokachi's fast.
Yeah.
He catches him.
5 yards short of the end zone there, and he's not quite in, but terrific mano-a-mano there. So we'll set it up now in our first look at the East Football All-Stars.
I think Coach Stanton wants to right in and come at you. You know, we'll see. You know, you got Buchanan at quarterback. He's a big, tall kid. Loves to throw the football. So we'll see how all this meshes up.
He's a good one. His dad threw the football for Billings Senior and then at Montana State. And what they do first is hand it off there.
You know, the running
game.
backs for the East, too. You know, you got Miles Well out of Hardin and Aiden Lammers out of Shepherd. And Lammers set the rushing record last year at 300 and some yards in one game. I didn't get a chance to see that, but he's legit. And they've got an offensive line in front of them that can move them. So we'll see if Coach Stanton can do what he wants to do, and that is run violently. Yeah,
Lammers is a beast out of Shepherd High School. That was Isaiah Brown out of Great Falls with the first carry of the game, and a quick throw and catch out towards the sideline and close to a first down. In fact, they'll mark it good. Nice job on the reception there for Rocco Lencioni.
Yeah, great. How can you not be a great football player, Rocco Lencioni? I covered the Crosstown Gallatin Bozeman game, and he lit it up there.
All right, Buchanan, as they'll go a little bit of hurry-up offense here. Another handoff. It's Lammers again, this time with a much bigger gain as he crosses the 45-yard line, close to 46.
Let's pick up a 5, and if they can get 1st and 5, that's fine for Stanton. That's just fine. He's just going to wear you down, and that's the threat of a team that can run the football, is they just wear you out, especially if it's 90 degrees. Like on the field, it's probably over 100. Yeah. Right? I mean, we do have some wind, but it's warm. It's very, very warm.
Not much. That's settled to a breeze, if anything. That flag in the north end zone is absolutely still right now. So man in motion. They fake it to him and give to Lammers again. As he continues to power forward, he'll be a couple yards short of the first down. So that'll set up 3rd and short for the East.
I was talking to the defensive coordinator for West last night, and they really, what they want to play is they want to play a 30 front. And they're loaded with defensive linemen. They've got 8. They'll bring in like a line change, 4 and 4. So it'll be interesting to see, if they can stop the run in a 3-man front. They're ready for a 4-man front. I just think we're going to see the West jump in and out of a 3- and 4-man front.
All right, so it is 3rd and 2 as we are now officially under the 10-minute mark. Isaiah Brown in the backfield. They'll give it to Brown. Ahead he goes, and it'll be close. I'm not sure he got there.
I think he's about
half a yard.
About a half a yard short. So midfield, hey,
it's an all-star game. What do you do on a Saturday night, Greg Upham?
Exactly. I think you go for.
Oh, they're going to go hurry up. They're going to go Senior High's Rambo offense here, or at least attempt it. And a quick timeout maybe by Pat Duchesne in the West. I don't see a flag.
Timeout. Yep, timeout West. Yeah, well, burn one timeout.
How about that chess match early on?
Timeout West.
All right, we'll take you to a quick break and come back after this with 9:32 left in the opening quarter.
There's so much to love about living in Montana, which is why there's a lender dedicated to helping you find a home here. For over 30 years, Man Mortgage has helped make home ownership a reality for countless Montana families with affordable, local home loan solutions. Dedicated to this great place where they first started, because Montana is your home, and Man Mortgage is your lender, as Montana's force in mortgage banking since 1989.
Watch me. Watch me shine with every snap. Born to move fans, to cheer and clap. 2 different legs, that's how I play. One built from science to help me on the day. Between these lines, I'm all heart and muscle. Don't stare too long, you'll miss the hustle. Watch me. Pioneers in prosthetic technology at Shriners Children's. The most amazing care anywhere.
Welcome back to Dalis Stadium. Saturday night football, all-star style, in your 77th annual Montana East-West Shrine football game. East All-Stars in the yellow jerseys, trailing 7-0 early as Gokachia busted loose for a long run near midfield to put the West on the board just 3 minutes into this football game. East, Greg, is facing a 4th and very short, a little bit less than a yard maybe. They attempted to run it there before Pat Duchesne and the West took a quick timeout just in time. So Rob Stanton is going to go for it, or at least try to maybe force a jump from the defense.
You got a 6'5" quarterback, so.
And there he went, and it was read to perfection.
Well, I'll tell you what, Isaac Keim out of Glacier, who's going to the Grizz as a tight end. He came, and I was talking to the coaches last night, and they really like him. They said he's got come clean there and tackle for a loss. So big stop at midfield. Now here, this can really hurt you, right? Because what West can do to East is they can stretch the field, and they showed that already, so I assume we're going to see a deep ball right now. The question is can the quarterback get the ball to this speed, because this speed is legit Big Sky speed.
All right, so here comes the West. And it looks like in there, at quarterback now is Key Christensen out of Beaverhead. Dillon, Montana. Christensen drops back, hands it off, and there he goes. Grady Walker for a big gain and a first down.
West gets some success on the outside, right? And Grady Walker, I mean, he's legit too. I mean, he's fast and he's long, and nice play. But looks to me like Duchesne's found some room to run off the way outside on their right side.
Talk about what the coaches are doing here, and they've so far alternated quarterbacks early on, and they want to work everybody into this game.
Yeah, absolutely. You got great players everywhere, right? So everybody needs to play. They won't have a lot of plays. That's one thing as a defensive coordinator. You know, you should chart your first 5 plays, and they're the ones that they practiced all week.
All right, Christensen drops back. Pretty pass down the sideline, caught for a first down. Cohen Costelletz out of Glacier. And let's go down to our Tom Wiley on the sideline.
The action's right on top of us. I'm here with Rocky Mountain College football head coach Chris Stutzream. He's got 9 players in this ball game. How do you watch this one? Do you root for anybody? Or you just kind of evaluate?
We root right on the numbers by Key Christensen.
Just this showcase for Montana football players. I mean, obviously every Frontier Conference school, Big Sky schools here, they have players represented. I mean, how proud are you of the guys who've made it to this game that are going to be suiting up for you in the fall?
Well, I think it's great for everybody. You know, suiting up across Montana. I mean, it's the longest game for Shriners across America. What the Shriners do for everybody and their families across America is phenomenal, and to be able to keep this going this long, but we're excited for the guys who got playing. It'll be a lot of fun, and they'll be back for workouts and on campus in July.
Yeah, it always helps when that rotation's right in your backyard, right? You don't have to travel for this recruiting. Just kind of check it out.
Yeah, I'm 4 miles from home and had dinner at the house and got the coaches here, and so it's good to see the other coaches from the conference here, and just excited for these guys.
All right, appreciate it. We'll see how this one turns out. Scott, Greg, back to you guys.
Yeah, thank you, Tom. Coach Stutzream not in his backyard. We're right here in his front yard. He probably could have sat on his porch and watched this one tonight. Christensen kept it on that last play, so that sets up second and about 4. Key Christensen in at quarterback from Beaverhead County. Led Dillon to a football title and a basketball title as well. That one's just off the fingertips outside of Colter Ramos.
Yeah, they're not afraid to put the ball in the air, right? How about this? So Dillon, Beaverhead County, a little trivia question for Montana. Why is it called Beaverhead County High School, not Dillon, right?
Right.
So, yeah, that's for you guys to figure out. And you've got Fergus County High School,
Custer County, Carter County, Jefferson. I mean, you go down the line.
Northwest Energies is one of our.
All right, so that sets up third down and about 4 for the West. Already on top as we are already just past the midway point of this opening quarter. 7-0 Red. Christensen in the shotgun. One man to his left, quickly under pressure. Throws it. I couldn't tell whether that was complete or not. They say no. Incomplete over the middle. Nice pressure there from the east.
Yeah, Cooper Collins, the defensive end out of Great Falls High, who's going to Carroll, actually comes free and creates a problem for Christensen. How about this, too? So, Beaverhead County High School win a state championship about every 3 years. No, seriously, football or basketball or both.
Yeah.
I mean, talk about the well.
No question about it. Those guys know how to bring it.
Okay, 4th down. What are you going to do?
Well, Coach Duchesne says, let's go for it, just like Rob Stanton did for the West, or the East, rather. Here comes the West on 4th and 4.
Looks like the East is going to bring a lot of pressure.
Christensen back, quick pass, complete. Out near the first down. Costelletz on the reception, and let's see if they've stopped him or if he got there.
What a great timing throw. Christensen, nice ball. Costelletz, nice catch. I mean, tough to defend, but it's 4th down, right? I mean, it's 4th down. You got to step in there and not give that up.
And that's all-star to all-star, and it was complete for a first down. So it'll now be 1st and goal from the 7-yard line for your West All-Stars, already up by a touchdown.
East a little bit off balance defensively, right? I mean, nice job with West and what they're doing. They're mixing it up. They've ran the ball. They've thrown the ball. Both quarterbacks have been effective. 14-0 in the first quarter.
So here comes Christensen in the shotgun. Sets a play in motion. Fakes the handoff. Keeps it. Past the 5-yard line. Not going to get home, though, as he's got about half the distance he needed. So that'll bring up second down and continue to eat some clock here as we're approaching the 6-minute mark in this opening quarter.
You know what we're seeing on both sides of the ball, and it will improve as the night goes on, but it's this true speed of tackling. They haven't had a chance to really tackle, right? They've only been practicing for 4 days. And the tackling is really off. Their timing's off. And in their minds, they're thinking, okay, I'm going to tackle this guy right now, and then it doesn't happen. But they'll get better through the night. So both sides of the ball are having trouble tackling.
Well, and it's hard to be in football shape in June. You're 7 months removed from the season, and that's if you made it to the championship game or at least into the playoffs.
Right.
So here we go on second down. Christensen. One-man flank behind him. Toss outside. Pretty run. He's got room into the end zone. Looks like a touchdown for Joey Sandberg out of Missoula Big Sky.
Well, I'll tell you what a nice, he is a really, really good back. He runs in space very well, and you can see that. But one of the things that I think Duchesne is doing very, very well is he's putting players in space, and East is having a heck of a time defending him. And East has the players, right? It's just, and that's what I like about the football game right now, is it puts athletes in space and it says, go play.
So here comes Mason Couch out of Whitefish. He's headed to Montana Tech. Left-footed kicker. On for the PAT.
That took
splits the uprights. It did it not? Yes. So there it is. First 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns for the Red. West on top, 14-zip.
So how exactly is Northwestern Energy delivering a bright future?
By making sure your lights come on every day.
And providing new ways to help you save.
By adding critical infrastructure
that allows our communities to grow.
By dedicating time and resources that ensure our energy's reliability.
And decreasing our emissions until we reach net zero.
It's your future and all of ours.
So we won't stop working
until it's as bright as it can be.
Watch me. Watch me grapple, move, and pin. When I hit the mat, don't underestimate the grin. I've got state championships and medals to show, but it's about more than just winning. This you should know. Overcoming odds through therapy and care. The road was long. Now opponents beware. Watch me. Game-changing sports medicine at Shriners Children's. The most amazing care anywhere.
Background check, but you can go home with the beef of the hog without anyone even knowing. We got 2 chances for a half.
Welcome back to Daly Stadium here in Billings, Montana, mid-June for your East-West Montana Shrine Football All-Star Game. It's West out on top, 14-0. 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns for the guys in red. I think we've got to look at that last touchdown. And here he comes.
Yeah, he just reads it, right? He just gets in space and goes, and he's legit, as I said earlier. I mean, this I've watched him play a couple regular season games, and he knows how to run in space. You know, that touchdown set up by that 4th and down at midfield. Fourth down, right?
It sure was. Don't forget that. When the East went for it on 4th, and then the West did go for it on a 4th down as well down there and got it maybe by the hair of a nose, but ultimately it pays off with Joey Sandberg's touchdown run. Sandberg out of Missoula Big Sky, and
nobody's heard this for a while. Or the hair of your chinny chin chin.
There you go. I'm old enough to remember that.
I know. I wouldn't admit it, but that's it. So there's a bunch of people sitting at home that, yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Now Grady Walker to kick it off, trying to boot it out the back of the end zone. Gets it into the end zone, and they're going to return it. Once again, a fake handoff there, and they say he stepped out of bounds. Possibly. Ethan Triplett out of belt.
Might see a little bit of difference. I would assume we'll see Balkenbush come in at quarterback from Billings Central.
Right.
See if that changes up their offense. I don't think it will.
Let's hear if you approve.
Shouldn't this early, right? 5:28 left here in the opening quarter. You've taken a couple of punches to the mouth. You know, still time to get up off the deck.
Yeah, Coach Stanton's not going to blink here. He knows what he needs to do. He just needs to get the ball control in place, and it takes time to do that.
It's Buchanan back in there at quarterback, so he'll play his 2nd consecutive series.
West in their 30 front, so they're confident in it.
5 receivers for the East, and it's a quick toss. It's out of Harden. Picks up a pretty good amount of yardage. That'll set up 2nd down.
Wide with it.
Yeah,
Carey
Stanton
brings
will
him
want
up to the
that.
25-yard line. 24-ish yard line, 2nd down. And
You know, the
3.
East really has some big people. You know, the Jeske student kid out of Bozeman High, and Thompson out of Gallatin. Another Thompson out of Fairview. Zimmer out of West. Reeder out of Red Lodge. Short out of Columbus. These guys are big people, all 6'3", 6'4", 6'5", 240 to 280.
And Buchanan hands this one off. This time, up the middle, it's Aiden Lammers. He'll be short of the 1st down, and it's funny because you talk about Torin Jeske, and I had a chance to visit with him yesterday about the helmet stickers. Always a fun tradition in these all-star games. They trade off helmet stickers, and I asked him what his theory was on it and how he approached it, and Jeske said, you know what? He goes, man, I just try to pick up all the stickers of the schools I couldn't stand in the regular season. That's what he said, and he said he had Billings Senior, Billings Skyview, Billings West, and Gallatin, and he said he could find his Bozeman Hawks sticker somewhere down there in the bottom of it all. Quick release there from Buchanan, caught out in the flat, and that's enough for a 1st down. Nice catch and run by Lencioni again.
Yeah, Rocco Lencioni out of Bozeman, and he's a game player too. I mean, he's a game changer going to the Bobcats. He's tough, like really, really tough. It was fun watching the Bozeman-Gallatin crosstown game because they were both really good. And used to seeing violent games. That one became violent. That was a great, great football game.
Buchanan hands off to Lammers again, who picks up maybe 2 or 3. Could be a ball on the ground.
Oh, no.
West thinks, yes, that they've got it.
Ball's fumbled and recovered.
Boy, what a big turnover there.
And you know who's having a game down in the pits right there is Isaac Kime. I don't know if he caused that fumble, but he has been disrupting all night long. They need to have a plan for him. He was the one that had the tackle for loss on the first down, and I think he caused this fumble.
Let's take one more look at it there in the pile. It's tough to tell, and there is no replay, so tough to tell whether or not Lammers' knee was down.
He came from Kime came from the outside, put his hand right on the football, knocked it out.
So that sets up the West in brilliant field position again, right at the 40-yard line. 3:41 left here in the opening quarter at Dallas Stadium on a Saturday night, and a great one for all-star football.
Kraft back in at quarterback.
He's got some time, and now it's gone. Into the backfield for a solid sack is Jordan Jensen out of Fergus. Headed to Dickinson State, and Jensen got back there with a little bit of help, and boy.
Big play for East, right? But how about this? Kraft doesn't see it coming, so what's he looking at? He's looking downfield. I mean, that's what you teach him to do, right?
It is.
It is. It really is. I mean, maybe, Kraft, maybe. Just check once to see if there's a big ugly coming at you.
Well, he had 2 of them, and it just so happened that Jensen was the first to get to him and wrap him up out of Lewistown.
Boy, that's a big sack.
Well, 11 yards. 11 yards on the loss there, so now in across midfield. So that brings up 2nd and 21 now as we're under 3 minutes here in the opening quarter. Scott Breen along with Greg Upham from Dallas Stadium. Kraft rolling outside. Great completion there to the opposite side of the field. And that one's hauled in by Kostelets. Cohen Kostelets again, one of 4 Glacier players on this West squad tonight.
Yeah, Glacier had a great season last year, right? And they have a big quarterback. This is a nice throw. I mean, it's a hard throw. It's a comeback throw. But
that was the fumble again. But he did. He made a hard throw. That traveled probably 18 yards in the air. He was caught and wrapped up right away.
Now you got 3rd and 10 at your 40. If I would assume if the West gets any more than 5 yards on this play, they're going to go for it. Why wouldn't you? You're on the 35. It's not going to hurt you. So I would assume if I was a defensive coordinator for East, I'd play a mid-range play right here. They're probably just playing for 4 downs. So see what they do.
Yeah, and I said that was about 18 yards on the throw. They picked up 11, but he took the shotgun and was deep into the backfield when he let go of that. So they get back to the line of scrimmage for a 3rd and 10.
You know, and that's the thing, too, that as a defensive coordinator that you have to be thinking is, you know, when that ball crosses midfield, it's no longer 3 downs. You're not trying to hold them 3 because they'll go 4, right?
Yeah.
Everything's amped. Everybody wants to score, and they do, and it's why the scores are higher. But as a defensive coordinator, you got to play for 4 downs anytime that ball crosses midfield.
Well, Red whistled for a delay of game there, so they're penalized 5 yards. Kraft's going to keep it. Runs into traffic, does a nice job of powering through. well short of the first down, so we'll see what happens now on 4th and long. But again, you cross midfield.
Duchesne is an offensive-minded guy. He's a quarterback. Quarterbacks hate punting the ball.
Yes.
If you're a defensive coordinator, then you punt it all the time. So I would be willing to bet my Saturday brownie that we're going for it here.
Well, it looks that way, and I'll give you another. I'll compliment your example with that. I talked to Taylor Housewright at Montana State, the offensive coordinator, last season several times. He was the same thing. Quarterback in high school, hated to punt the ball, and he also hated to run the ball. Hated to hand it off, I should say. So here we go, under pressure. Kraft releases, has a man, and yeah, it's Kostelec again. Cohen Kostelec for the West All-Stars, enough for a first down. How about that change of events?
Yeah, how about this? How comfortable did Kraft get with Kostelec in Butte? Really, because he's thrown the ball to him 4 times now. Now, Kostelec is coming open, obviously, but when you're a quarterback and you got brand new receivers out there, you kind of settle in on like, hey, where's my guy? Where's my guy? And he's going to have to spread the ball out because he's got fighter jets everywhere. First down. Second, 4th down conversion, and they're up 14-zip.
Second one for the West, yes. And you talk about getting comfortable in Butte. That's where the West All-Stars practice this week. East All-Stars were right here in Billings, practicing down here at Dalis Stadium. So the handoff there could very well take us to the end of this opening quarter, Greg.
Yep, and that was Gokachia, too, trying to get to the outside.
Cash Gokachia, one of 4 Glacier players. And again, those 4 players, I'm told, have grown up together playing football since kindergarten. So it's not like there's a transfer that's come in or shifted out of there. These 4 on the All-Star team from Glacier have all played football together since.
You know what's interesting is, I'll come to it when we come back.
Look at you, the cult consummate professional. We're going to hold off because that takes us to the break. When we come back, Greg will continue his thoughts after 1. West, 14-zip over the East.
Level sponsors tonight are the Bitterroot Shine Club, Century Gaming, City Motor Company, Pioneer.
This is serving the people of Montana. We are Montana's brand of banking. We are Stockman Bank.
And welcome back to Dalis Stadium as the sun starts to set, and we open the second quarter of your Montana East-West Shrine All-Star football game here at Wendy's Field. And West has the ball in the red jerseys, 2nd down and 6 as they are driving their 3rd drive of the game. They've scored on their first 2 possessions.
You got isolated Walker up top.
Carter Kraft in a quarterback, but a great read in the backfield, the defensive backfield, and a nice sack there. Well, tackle for loss by Quaid Ash.
Nice play by Quaid Ash, and they need that. If I'm the defensive coordinator for the East right now, I'm talking to my guys saying, listen, you got to start playing. And you're, as a defensive coordinator, you got to make something happen, too. You've got athletes on the field because they can't go down 21-0. That's a bad situation for a team that wants to run the ball.
So it's 3rd and 6 now, and should they stay here, I know they don't like to punt the ball, but would Pat Duchesne, as an offensive-minded guy, attempt a field goal here? You're saying nope?
Well, you got wind behind you, right?
Yep.
So maybe, but they're in 4-down territory.
Carter Kraft has some room to run, and that's quickly bottled up, but it'll bring up 4th and very short, maybe a couple yards for the West.
Yeah, and Carter Kraft takes care of the ball. You know, his dad was a quarterback for the Cats, and Kraft, his dad played up in Cut Bank through all those state championships. Here we go, hurry up offense.
They did, and it was a fake play, so to speak. Still powering forward.
I think he may have gotten it.
It's going to be close. It's going to be close. But they did. They lined up and had Christensen look to the sideline as if he was waiting for a play to come in. And very quickly, I couldn't tell who it was, but under center took the snap.
Oh, what a great stop by the East.
Huge.
That is a big break.
Huge stop for the East. A little bit of trickery, a little bit of bait and switch there from Coach Duchesne and his team.
Yeah. You know, here's what you need.
Let's take it to break real quick, and when we come back, 13:53.
It's your future and all of ours.
So we won't stop working
until it's as bright as it can be.
Welcome back to Dalis Stadium. Down on the sidelines, the shaded sideline, I should say. It's hot out. West on top, 14-zip, 3 possessions, and finally stopped there on 4th down. A great stop for Rob Stanton's East All-Stars in the yellow jerseys. So they'll take over deep in their own territory their third possession of the game, looking for their first score of this Saturday night. Now we'll have a change at quarterback. Buchanan saw action on the first 2 series. This is Adam Balkenbush from Billings Central handing off.
Yeah, I think the East has to get something done going right here, right? They got to get on a drive and go down. And so now you're looking for some type of spark plug, maybe a quarterback gets you moving, but something. So the offensive coordinator for the East has got to get something going here. How about a big shout out to the telethon crew, Joey Sider. They're up to just 9,200. Shelly Taylor from Kalispell, Ruby Pick from Missoula, Ayla Taves from Bozeman, Pat Hillen from Calgary, Mark and Deanne Zora from Butte, and Terry Volkman from Belgrade. Thanks for helping us out, but they're already up to 9,200.
Wow, well, that's the reason for this game, obviously, the Shriners Children's Hospital over in Spokane. As Balkenbush keeps it, and that's what he can do. He can run the football. Did it well for Billings Central this season. And Balkenbush, a good story, because he played for Rob Stanton's brother Jim over at Billings Central. It's one Stanton to another as we take a look at the replay here.
Just a great cutback lane, and something opened up, and good job by the coaches seeing that.
Yeah, Balkenbush headed to Montana State. He'll be done with football. This is his last game. He says he's had enough. He's just going to go to school over there in Bozeman. So he'll take the snap, deliver the handoff, spinning inside. Looks like Wells doing a nice job before he's stacked up.
Mixing it up there a little bit.
Miles Wells could have been sacked
3 years ago when the COVID was on, and the last time the game was here, and I called the game, they got little Donnybrook on the sidelines of West and the East did. They forgot that they were in an all-star game. So that's one thing about Montana. We know how to play football, right? And we don't care if it's a all-star game or the state championship. You're going to get what we do.
It's never been argued.
It's never been argued. We hunt well, we fish well, we hike well, we float well, and we play football very well.
Well, on this Saturday night, it's all-star football here at Dallas Stadium. East on the move after picking up a first down, maybe some offensive motion there. We'll see. Yes, they say false start. So they'll push back the yellow jerseys 5 yards, and we'll replay second down.
Offense, number 58, 5-yard penalty, still second down.
I think that's the first penalty of the game. That's pretty.
No, there was one on the west. We had 2 on the west, actually.
Okay.
Off the top of my head.
How about going into the end or beginning of the first quarter? Total offense, total yardage for the West, 143. Total yards for the East, 34. That's changing a little bit now, but 143 to 34 and 14 points scored.
And the East really wanted to dominate time of possession, or at least control it as well as they could tonight with all the speed that the West brings to the table. And
Isaac Kimes said no.
Right. Under 12 minutes here, just before halftime. Balkenbush out of the shotgun. He'll keep it again. He's got some room before he's finally bottled up, stacked up by a barrage of West jerseys. Wow, look at him continue to go. It looked like Tough Adams from Helena Capital had some damage done, and Balkenbush just keeps churning.
That was a nice scrum.
It was. Right? It's all legal these days.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of fun, too. That's not stopping until the whistle is blown, right?
They'll give Balkenbush a quick breather as he walks to the sideline to take the play and says, Coach, can we burn every second of this play clock before I have to snap it again?
Yeah, he's been the spark plug for him.
So Balkenbush with Miles Wells in the backfield. Two wide receivers, low snap. Balkenbush, a nice job to control it, and he'll gain a couple of yards.
You know, I think one of the things we'll see as the game goes on, like I said early in the broadcast, it's hot. There's no doubt about it. And 1 week of practices is not enough to get you in shape. So we'll see how they hold up. But you can see they're a little bit leg weary right now.
Yeah, and it's very calm down there on the field now. No wind as we look at the flag to the north.
Yeah, so the furnace just got turned up, right?
It did. It did. So the East will again take its time. In no hurry here. Give everybody a bit of a breather, and more importantly, keep the ball out of the hands of that West squad that's up 14-0.
Yeah, West got the 4-man front now. They've had enough.
Balkenbush under some quick pressure, and he'll be wrapped up this time. And well, it looked like his arm was going forward, but are they going to say his forward progress had stopped?
I don't want to do that. You saw West bring some pressure up front, and the East didn't pick it up. Again, that's another challenge, you know, with 1 week to go. You'll see West bring pressure from the outside.
As we take a look at the replay here, it looks like they're going to spot the ball where he was wrapped up and say his forward progress was stopped. Yeah,
intentional grounding, offense number 11.
Wow.
5-yard penalty from the spot where the ball was thrown. Loss of down, 3rd down.
So that'll clear it up for us. Head referee, the white hat, Tom Oberweiser tonight, telling it like it is for us.
You know, as billed, the West defensive front is wreaking havoc. I mean, they really are. And they're bringing it, too. The coaches are pinning their ears back and letting them go. And why wouldn't you when you've got that kind of athlete on the field, right? We'll see what they do here.
Yeah, set up in a 3-man front here, and 3rd and 19. They don't want to give up the big play. Falkenbush with 5 wide receivers has to unload it fairly quickly, and he just chucks it downfield. Has a man waiting for it. Had a man waiting for it, and that was almost complete to Ben Falkowski, the wide receiver out of Calgary, Alberta. And Falkowski's a good story because for those who don't know, there are 40 Montana players on each roster and then 1 Canadian. As you take a look at this and watch Falkowski actually have to wait for this and come back. And he told us, it was hard to see there, but he told us earlier this week that what he was most impressed about early in workouts was the fact that he was down here and quarterbacks were able to hit him in stride. So he had to wait just a moment on that one as the punt there from Mackie Berkeley sails out of bounds at about the 40-yard line just across midfield.
Yeah, nice play real quick before we go to break. Mason Kelch was the safety that broke that play up. He did a really nice play.
Got back in a hurry. 9:42 left here in the opening half. West takes over, up 14-0 when we come back.
Watch me. Game-changing sports medicine at Shriners Children's. The most amazing care anywhere.
And welcome back to Daylis Stadium. Scott Breen along with Greg Upham on a Saturday night. Montana's East-West Shrine football game now in its 77th. To be a Great Falls Memorial Stadium, what seemed like forever. Then they started to rotate it around. It was been played in Butte and Laurel and here in Billings. Different stadiums at Montana Tech and their Anchi Stadium last year.
I think it's helped the game. I think by moving it to different cities, it's really helped the game.
So here comes the West offense. Christensen in there at quarterback. He's under some pressure. That's a forward pass.
A nifty little play.
Yeah, he tried to make chicken soup.
It's a triple threat.
So that'll be 2nd and 10 now. 9:36 36 left here before halftime.
Yeah, the West doing a nice job of keeping East off balance. They're not. They've ran different plays, which is really interesting because you only have a week to practice, right? So it's not like you can put 56 plays in.
No.
You could put a few in and just get really good at them, but West is keeping the East off balance.
We had a chance to visit with both teams yesterday, media day out here at Daylis Stadium, and then you were at the banquet last night. And boy, these guys were having fun on both sides out here at the stadium yesterday, just coming in as confident as ever, like they were getting ready and geared up for a Super Bowl and confident to win it.
Well, you know, it's interesting when you coach this game. I mean, these are the best players in Montana, so it's not like you have to teach them.
Timeout West. Their second timeout.
You hope they come together in that week, and then you hope you get your scheme in to where they can play confidently and let their speed play for them.
All right, we'll take a quick break and come right back with 9:36 left here in the opening half.
Timeout on the field.
Orthopedic excellence at Shriners Children's. The most amazing care anywhere.
Northwest Energy's contributions have made athletics possible for Montana high school students.
And welcome back to Daylis Stadium, everybody. Scott Breen, along with Greg Upham, for your 77th East-West Shrine football game here in Montana. West in the red jerseys on top. East won the coin toss early on and deferred to the second half, so East will receive that second half kickoff. But right now, the immediate order of business is to stop this red offense. Christensen, a quarterback, fakes the handoff, has a man over the middle, and off his fingertips. That was Daniel Simon, 6 feet 6 inches, out of Missoula Sentinel, headed to the University of Montana.
Have you ever stood on the field next to him? I went to the state track meet, state AAC track meet, and went on that Saturday, which is maybe the best day of watching a state track. I think there were 7 state records broken. The discus throwers, 190. The kid from Gallatin threw, I think, set the state record at 196, 198, and they just threw it 180. I mean, they're just huge. He's a big discus thrower.
So the point of the story is I shouldn't stand next to him at my 5'9".
No, I wouldn't.
All right. Christensen under pressure again. Lobs it downfield. He had time and found a man. Terrific effort by Key Christensen. And pushed out of bounds is Zane Moudry from Butte Central.
Right. Here it's coming to fruition. So Glacier's defensive front wreaking havoc. Glacier's secondary, not Glacier, but West's receivers just going crazy, right? So and Galt and East has some great defensive backs, so just having trouble adjusting to them.
Well, he had 3 men in his face, and now they'll go somewhat hurry up again. Christensen unloads at this time, caught over the middle. That's Grady Walker looking for more yardage. Pick up maybe 4, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
I think, hats off to the offensive coordinator, which is Duchesne, with West. I mean, he's calling a great game. The ball is all over the field, everywhere.
Yeah.
And they're executing it. So, hats off. That's tough to defend that. I mean, it really is.
Grady Walker headed to the University of Montana as well. He'll stay at home after playing his high school ball at Missoula Sentinel. As we have 2nd and 6 now. In shotgun. And was he able to draw that East squad off sides?
He was. But you can kind of see maybe now how Florence wins 3 state championships in a row. Right? I mean,
back to back to back. These Pat Duchesne and his players, and they bought in.
Defense number 11, 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
Very, very hard to defend them now. Their ball is everywhere on the field, and it's starting to touch a lot of different hands. And so if I'm the defensive coordinator, I have to bring pressure. I've got to limit what they're doing.
So that makes it 2nd and just 1 now for the Red offense. And they'll throw it. In and out of the hands of number 80, Tristan Butts. Eureka.
The West has caught the ball, too. They don't seem very many drops, right? No. So the ball's where it needs to be. 3rd and short. We haven't seen Gokachia for a while. Yeah, if number 6 comes on the field, I want to know where he's at. That's for sure.
Oh, absolutely. He'd be the first guy. So 8:11 left here in the opening half. 3rd down and 1 for the West Shrine All-Stars. Commanding a 14-0 lead. They scored on their opening 2 possessions, but haven't been able to put anything on the board since. Let's see what they do on 3rd and 1 here. Trying to drop East off sides. There goes Christensen. He's got some room and a first down as he's down inside the 25.
That's just a little quarterback counter.
Yeah.
Where they pulled the guard over, and Christensen read that well. He just held in there, and you see he's a game manager, right? You see how he's a game manager. Watch in this replay how he just waits for this to set up. He just settles in there. Here comes the pull. Well, no, it didn't.
Now you see it, now you don't. It was smoke and mirrors just like that, right. Greg.
We'll trick you again.
Well, we pick up first down here. 1st and 10. West on the move this time. They'll he'll keep it again. Christensen, they're just continuing to let him use his legs. Either to pick up running offense or to avoid a pass rush, in the backfield.
Yeah, and what Duchesne's doing to the East defense is they're attacking the alleys, and they're attacking them hard at right and left side, whether it's with run or whether it's with pass. But the ball is in the alleys with East defense. So if I'm the defensive coordinator, I got to pull a safety down or widen a linebacker. Something's got to happen to stop the alley.
I'm surprised we haven't seen more Gokachia. Hopefully not injured or dinged up over there. We saw him in that opening series. Here comes Christensen again now on 2nd and 4. Rolling to his right, has a little bit of running room. Instead, fires it over the middle, and it's tipped and nearly picked off there by the East squad. We got Dante Williams down on the sideline. Dante.
Hey guys, yeah, caught up with the West team about their hot start getting out to this 14-0 lead. Talked to Cash Gokachia and Joey Sandberg after their big runs that kind of opened this game up. They said that they see everything out of the backfield. The run is wide open for them. And it kind of set the tone for the rest of this game as they're knocking on the door of scoring here again, hoping to open up a 21-0 lead. That run game is definitely setting up some big pass plays for them, they hope, but their confidence is definitely through the roof right now. So we'll see what else they're able to do. I mean, run game's clearly effective there. Scott, Greg.
Well, how about the reverse handoff there?
Yeah, how about Christensen? Gamer, you think so? You wonder how Dillon or Beaverhead County wins the state championships? Watch him. He has been very instrumental in getting the ball down the field. And he gets on the outside, runs the alley all the way until they can't run anymore, and then just gives the ball away.
Let's look at it. Everybody bites on it, and there he goes. Hard to see him. Tosses it, and into the end zone. Daniel Sermon, the tight end. He's the big dude. He's the 6'6" guy from Missoula Sentinel.
180.
Put him on the board with 6.
Right, try and tackle him. 6'6".
Well, they're going to say he stepped out of bounds, so we've got 1st and goal from the 3-yard line now. And now in at quarterback is Carter Kraft. Kraft will keep it this time, and he will get into the end zone, straight up the gut, and another touchdown for the West.
Yeah, so great mix-up, but hats off to the offensive line for the West, right? I mean, they're just handling the defense.
They're chewing them up, and again, boy, Christensen's legs just have to be burning right now. It's one thing to be in football shape, but then to lace up cleats in mid-June, 11 or 7 months after the season back in November, and he's been burning up his wheels tonight, so they give the ball to Kraft there and let him run it into the end zone.
Who's kicking? I'm kicking. I'm left-footed, so we got to set it over there.
The lefty's in, Mason Couch. This for a 21-point lead here in the second quarter. Ball is away. It is up, and it is good, and it is all West so far in this one. From Dalis Stadium here in Billings, 21-zip East on the receiving end. When we come back.
Watch me. Game-changing sports medicine at Shriners Children's. The most amazing care anywhere.
All on the raffle will be at halftime. Don't forget the draw for the raffle is at halftime.
And welcome back to Dalis Stadium for the final 6:15 of this opening half in the 77th annual Montana East-West Shrine Game. Thank you for joining us. We're proud to deliver it. MTN Sports statewide and online streaming. Hello out there on a Saturday night to those of you joining us. And Greg, down 21-0. What does Coach Rob Stanton and his yellow jersey guys do now?
I think you got to go on a drive. I mean, I'd sit down and talk to the offense and say, listen, guys, we got to score. And because they're down in points and they're down in time of possession. And for the philosophy or the strategy coming in was to be able to run the ball. It's hard to play catch up if all you can do is just run the ball. So you might see it maybe go to the air a little bit. You might see, the Buchanan kid come in and throw the ball a little bit more, but got to do something.
Grady Walker on the kickoff, and I didn't think he'd try to run that out of the end zone, but here we go. East looking for any kind of a spark right now, and that was Falkowski out of Calgary, Alberta. We talked about him earlier. He's a speedster. Queen's College in Canada is where he's headed to play his football.
Tough Adams out of Capital makes a great play down there. I mean, it's a long ways to go for a touchdown. I think I'd say, well, let's take a knee and bring it out on the 25. But hey, you're here to win.
Absolutely. And again, he's out of Calgary. Maybe the Canadian rules just slightly differently on the high school football field up there.
Yep.
Who knows? I don't. But Falkowski giving it his best effort there, and he is a speed demon. So they had him for the touchdown earlier in this game, if you remember, and he had to slow down and wait for it before it was broken up, I believe, by Kime. So Balkenbush back in at quarterback for the East. He and Buchanan now with 2 series apiece. Man in motion. Handoff. And stacked up. That was Lencioni trying to find some yardage, but a host of red jerseys there to slow him down.
You know, it looks to me like the West is just playing at a different speed, right? And the proof's in the pudding. I've talked about them tonight, but the defensive front for West is tough, and they have control of the line of scrimmage right now, and they're just creating problems for the East.
Can't say enough about both these head coaches, Rob Stanton of the East and Pat Duchesne of the West, and their staff. Duchesne surrounded by Adam Goodnight because Pat's retiring. He's done now, so Adam Goodnight will take over at Florence as the new head coach after 3 straight Class B championships. More defensive pressure there, and nothing the East can do about it on that play.
Just the pursuit to the ball is unbelievable. I mean, they are running and flying and having fun. Of course, when you're up 21-0,
why wouldn't you?
Life is good, right? And if I'm the East, I do not want to give the ball back right now. I don't.
No,
watch the pursuit of the West team come to this. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 players at the ball.
And that was Balkenbush to Lencioni again, just trying to find room in space, which there just isn't any available right now.
And Lencioni's not used to that at all.
Well, they give him a yard. So 3rd and 8 now, deep in their own territory. East trying to drive out of it in the yellow jerseys. We're under the 5-minute mark. Balkenbush, little screen pass.
Nice call. I like the call.
I do too. Not going to be enough for the first. Headed to the University of Montana, picks that up, and we've got a man down.
Looks like Jace Thompson, the guard out of Gallatin. 6'2", 285. Oh, no.
Well, and that's the last thing you want.
You do.
In an all-star game, let alone a regular season game.
And that's the angles that are created in those middle screens, right? And that's what that was. And they try to get full flow going away and then to come back underneath it. And that's one of the drawbacks that you see to that, especially offensive linemen, because they get caught in the wash. And looks to me like possibly a knee.
Yeah, man. Let's go ahead and take a look at the replay here, Greg. And
maybe not.
Tell us what you see.
Maybe they're going to get him up and see. But you'll see everybody come hard left and then sneak underneath. So you've got flow going back and forth, and then it just creates problems because you got 2 ways. People are going different directions.
Yeah, you could see Thompson get clipped there, and they help him up and off the field, and that's somewhat encouraging to see. It's a lot better than a stretcher, but I'll tell you what, the Shrine Hospital, which is what we're playing for tonight, does fantastic things. And I go back to last year when West High's Chris Garcia broke and dislocated his ankle, right? The next day, he was at the Shrine Hospital in Spokane. It didn't cost his family a dime, not a dime. They treated him, and Chris Garcia's back up. We had a terrific story on him tonight in the pregame show, if you missed it. And you can also see that at montanasports.com. So glad Thompson was able to make it off the field assisted. He's still limping over there on the near sideline, but they'll tend to him.
Yeah.
We've got 4th down and 3 here, and we'll see. They're deep in their own territory with 4 minutes and change left here in the first half. Will he take this snap, or is he just trying to draw them off sides? Balkenbush.
Yeah, trying to get some time off the clock, really.
It's 4th and 3.
Go!
Sounds like he's just trying to draw him off sides.
Yeah, and take some time off the clock. So you're down 21-0. There's 4 minutes to go. You haven't stopped the West yet. You got to remember the West went for it deep in their territory, didn't get it one time, so it could very easily be 28.
Prior to the penalty flag, timeout East, their first timeout of the half.
Rob Stanton takes a timeout, and again, we talked about how this game was moved from July into June here in Montana just a few years ago. Your thoughts on that, and then reasons why?
Yeah, I think, well, a couple things. A lot of players do things. So people are much more active than they were in the 50s and 60s and 70s, right? We all know that.
Eat healthier, more active, right?
Yeah, they're just doing. There's more things to do, right? Good and bad. And so moving it up closer to June when they get out, I think they get more players to play. You just saw an injury on the field. The college coaches are supportive of these games, but that's they get nervous too. And there are some colleges that won't let the kids play. Especially D1. They say, well, no, I'm not going to do that. And I guess I understand that, but at the same time, I guess when you think about it, these guys are putting almost every one of them are going to college to play football, and they're putting their risk out there, and it's nice when people donate. I mean, that's what this is about, right? It's raising money to help people, and the kids are out there playing and injuries, and so we hope everybody will support the game to the best of their ability.
Billings seniors Mackie Berkeley on to punt for the 2nd time tonight, and another short one, although it takes a great hop for the East. close to midfield. I don't think it'll get there, and that is where the West will take over.
And Joey Sider just texted me, and Joey Sider's the telethon coordinator, and he said, we're slow. We're slow. So
that's on us. That's on you and me. We've got to start driving traffic to the phone banks.
There, we need your help. We need to get the funds in. So appreciate everybody's support, and we've got a great team of people working. There's a camera. There they are down there. They're sitting around doing nothing. And we don't want them doing nothing.
No, make them work. They're in the Q2 studio. Looks like they've got plates and napkins and cups, and let's help them light up those computers and the phone lines as well.
We're paying them a lot. We're actually paying them zero. They're all volunteering.
They are terrific volunteers. Carter Kraft in a quarterback now, and wow!
Holy smokes! Ethan Triplett out of belt. Wow, did you see that? If we can get a replay.
Number 87.
I heard it.
Ethan Triplett said enough. I mean, this is pure speed. Watch this.
I mean, yeah.
Wow.
Look at that.
Helmet off. I think that's a hit of the century. Wow.
That was Deacon Sterna that got lit up there, and he's another one from Canada. He's the West's Canadian player, and he took that hit, but he's a big dude as well. They probably heard it in Canada. Long ball now, got a man. It's Costello. It's down the sideline and broken up at the last moment. Terrific play there on defense.
Mason Detman from Freud Medicine Lake. And here's the rule. When it comes back, don't hang the receiver up. That ball was in the air way too long. Nice throw, but that's dangerous.
And I've got a good story about Mason because I visited with him yesterday as well, and he comes from Freud Med Lake, the six-man school, right? All he's done all his life is play six-man football. As you watch him on this hit, right? Boom, he breaks up the pass. Absolutely clean.
Yeah.
But I said, well, so you had to learn the 11-man game, and you get a week to do it. I go, but you watch the NFL and you watch college. I said, was it really difficult for you? I mean, were there some intricacies there? And he said, yes, no question. He goes, schemes and all kinds of stuff. He said the playbook was thick. He goes, but I learned it in 2 days, and I was ready for it. And he showed there that he certainly was playing the right position.
I think the East woke up. Don't you?
It looks like it.
I think Triplett said, okay, enough of this.
That hit sparked an awful lot, so that'll bring up fourth down. And a first punt of the night, I believe, for the West squad.
I believe you're right. And, only a minute off the clock, roughly.
Yes.
Yeah, the East is starting to play now.
Just a collective tackle there, and so now they will take a timeout. And I started to wonder why they would not. I thought, well, maybe Coach Stanton doesn't want to run the risk of getting deep in his own territory and then giving the ball back to the West. But he wants to take the timeout here and then try to drive down the football field. And Key Christensen will come out. He'll be the punter for West the first time tonight. Keep in mind, he's a quarterback who can run and throw, and he's shown both.
And, you hear a lot about analytics in football, right? So it's data, statistics. And one of the big analytics in football is if you can score before half and get the ball back and you're coming out, it's a big, huge advantage to winning. And so they recognize that. If they can get downfield and get a score here, come out and get the ball again, pretty soon it's 14-21. It's a completely different game.
Love him or loathe him, the NFL master at that was Bill Belichick, right? With Tom Brady. Let's march down, score, and then get that ball back to open the second, and boom, punch. And now the Kansas City Chiefs are doing it often.
Yeah, well, there's two reasons the analytics work in that scenario. Mahomes
and Brady.
Right.
Yes.
Let's not get too philosophical, right?
All right. I was just going down the road you led me. East about to get the ball back here, and it's 7-on-7. Number 7 will punt this thing away, presumably Key Christensen. And back to receive is number 7, Kyle Mounts from Gallatin High School, headed to Montana Western.
What about a fake punt here?
That's what I said. I mean, he's got the legs. He's a quarterback. He can throw it as well.
Here we go.
And they're on the east side of the football field.
And Duchesne's coaching.
Well, the punt's off and away, and they're just going to try to let this bounce into the end zone. It checked up nicely, but it did bounce in, so East will take over at its own 20-yard line. A little bit of momentum after the defensive performance there.
I think Triplett's hit. It, energized him.
That play on first down.
That would probably be Triplett's hit, maybe one of the top 3 in the history of the game. You just don't see that.
No.
You don't see the helmet fly off. You don't see the player go backwards. You just don't see that. And that happens because there's speed coming and power. Like a lot of speed.
And you don't often hear it all the way up here in the booth. We're surrounded by glass. Our window is not open, and I could hear that thing from up here. So that was no question about it. A big hit from Ethan Triplett out of Belt, the small school, and he's headed to Carroll College, not far from home. Buchanan back in at quarterback over the middle, and here comes the East offense in no time. Just like that, he's still carrying tacklers with him.
There you go, right? Here come the analytics.
Picks up a first down. Now, in high school rules, the clock would stop right now. But, Greg, we're playing college rules.
Yep. And it's
the new college
clock.
rules.
Right. Mike Cutler just challenged all Montana football coaches to a $100 donation. So Mike Cutler owns a couple state titles himself, right, out of Peaburg.
And Buchanan quickly catch and release there. Dives towards the first down. Not sure he got there. It'll be very close. That's Lencioni again.
So Mike Cutler challenged all Montana coaches to $100. So let's see if you guys can step up.
Buchanan with Miles Wells in the backfield. We're under 2 minutes now, and another quick catch.
Yeah,
that one to Mackie Berkeley, his first catch of the night from Billings Senior.
East has one timeout left, 1:49. They're moving the ball. They woke up.
They sure did, and they've got time now. They can buy a little time here. They don't need to rush anything.
And they've got a great kicker. So
it's Berkeley, who just caught that last pass and was incomplete there. That'll stop the clock, though, at 1:36 and give them a little bit of time to regroup here on second down.
Yep, ball's on the, 34?
3 straight plays, though, 3 first downs there for the East.
Yep. Big change here.
Well, as you look,
leading this drive.
Buchanan back in the game. Yeah, this is his 3rd series. Adam Balkenbush from Billings Central's had a couple. Buchanan.
They've moved the ball through the air.
Yes.
Right? They want to run it, but they've moved it through the air.
Buchanan hands it off to Wells, and there he goes. He's got some room outside. Surrounded, though, before he picks up the first down, and he's kept in bounds. So a good heads-up play there from the Red.
Yeah. That might have been an audible, too, really, because it opened up. There wasn't anybody there, so you might have given Buchanan the green light to call what he needed. He may have audible right there.
3rd down and about 4 yards. Buchanan, another quick pass, almost reeled in with one hand from Berkeley, and Berkeley will talk back. He's a kid that's not afraid to trash talk. Mackie Berkeley is senior high. Yep.
They don't back down from anybody.
Nope.
No, they don't.
I had a chance to ask him about it. He was a finalist for the Midland Roundtable's Athlete of the Year here in Billings. 5 male, 5 female athletes, graduating seniors, and he was one of them this year. And I said, how about the trash talk? And he goes, I don't know. Sometimes I just don't think very quickly in those situations, and I should just keep my mouth shut. That's what he told us. So he had a smile on his face when he said it. Buchanan has time, has Berkeley. And he's just a little too long for him. So that was a 4th down play, and that'll turn it back over with exactly 1 minute left to the West.
Double coverage by West. Nice coverage there.
Let's go down to Tom Wiley on the sideline.
Yeah, hey, Scott, Greg, I went up to Ethan Triplett after that, and I said, how would you describe that hit? As we talked about it, one of the better ones you've ever seen at a Shrine game. It came against the Calgary kid. He said, American. It's an American hit. So that's how they're talking about it on the sideline.
Well, they fly the flag in the Belt Huskies, let me tell you.
American, baby, American. Well, here we go. 1st down and 10 with just a minute left. And if you're Coach Duchesne in an all-star game up 21-0 on your own 28, 27-yard line, what do you do?
No, he's not going to sit on it. There's no way. He's too good a receiver.
Bringing it. Tossed over the middle and picked off. And that's why maybe you do sit on it for just a moment, but he decides to play it aggressively, and why not in an all-star game?
Okay, so now, right, go score, East, right? You need to. Take advantage of that.
River Wasson doing the damage there. 6'2" out of CMR, headed to Montana Tech. Let's go back to the replay here and see what Christensen saw there. He just underthrew it, I think.
Yeah, I think he did too. It was a post route.
Well, the defense is really giving spark and hope and breath to this East offense that just struggled to score here in the first half. But again, they do get the ball to start the second half. Now Buchanan airs it out. He's got a man. That pass is on the money. Looked like maybe the receiver got there early, and that's Hausman out of Glacier.
Yeah, they want.
Boy, the official was right there and didn't throw a flag.
Stanton's on the field. Yep.
That would have been critical. Now, it would have been a 15-yard penalty in high school. It's not where the spot of the foul is.
Right. I like the call.
The play call.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a nice ball by Buchanan, too.
Terrific pass. I'd love to see the replay if we have that there, but East will hurry it up a little bit. Drops back, unloads. He was hit as he released that ball. Field there was out of Missoula Sentinel, and he's going to Utah.
6'3", 230.
Yeah, there you see Knowles. Looks like his name's already roughed up on the back of that jersey in there. That's about what their defense has done to the East tonight.
Yeah, you got Andrew Burrows, a defensive end, 6'3", 245. He's going to Idaho State. He's in the know.
I wonder if Buchanan will try to go back to that corner here. He's got... no, that's a lateral, and they do throw it downfield. Wobbly, and that's intercepted. Back the other way. Colter Ramos. Yeah, that was a lateral there, so he had to scoop that up. Could have run with it, chose to throw it, and just didn't. Kind of a duck through the air of about 25 yards. And as we look at the replay, I think you'll see 2 or 3 red jerseys in there. Yep.
Nice play.
Nice play is
Mason Kelch.
Kelch just goes up to get that. I thought it was Ramos for a second. It was Kelch again.
Yeah, he's made some good plays back there, right? He had that breakup pass early in the second quarter and interception there. So they know how to play the deep ball in Whitefish.
Well, now with 29 seconds left, what does Pat Duchesne
get us out of the half here? We're still up 21-zip, but we have a better football game in the last 6 minutes.
And no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Kraft is back now, and he unloads it.
Oh, boy.
That was off the fingertips, and that would have been a huge gain had Ramos been able to haul that in.
Yeah, that was a catchable ball, too.
Yes.
It was a nice pass by Kraft. You know, that's another area where the game has changed. In the college game and the pro game, quarterbacks throw it up, and the receivers are so good that they could be covered. It doesn't matter, right? Yeah. They're just going to beat you. And you know, the scouting report on these receivers is the same thing. That's, you know, they're fast, and they'll go up and get the ball. So put it up to them. And as a coach, there's some confidence in that. So you can't be afraid of interceptions either.
No.
Because if you're going to play that way, then you're going to give some up. But these receivers can go up and get the ball.
They can. And in college, you've got receivers who will also play defensive back if that ball's underthrown, and they'll try to rip it out of there. So this time they'll run it. That's Gokachia, I believe. Shifty, making moves. They're trying to catch him from behind. He did it in the first half, and now he's done it from about twice the distance.
That is absolutely phenomenal how he settled his feet at about 15 and slowed the defenders down and then took off. That is a special talent, a very, very special talent. Now, he's a 10-8 in the 100 meters. So he's a fast player. That's a big-time play. Watch this. You don't get to see this very often.
I mean, you pointed it out. He slowed down right there and then made his cut, and it was tough to see with the official there in the way, but it's almost like a basketball guard driving to the basket.
Exactly.
It takes a slow step and then, boom, explodes to the basket. Gokachia. Wow.
Boy, and, you know, you're the East, too, and you just put 6 minutes of good football together, right? But, hey, hats off to Duchesne, because we said, where's Gokachia? He wasn't in much, right? So now he is, and he goes to the outside in the alley where the East has had trouble defending, and he just outruns them.
Well, Kelch makes it 28-0 as the PAT is good there. We've only got 10 seconds left here before halftime, but yeah, real dagger. And again, the East will receive to open this second half as the sun starts to set here at Dalis Stadium. Beautiful night here in Billings for your 77th annual East-West Shrine Game, Montana style. Let's light up the phone banks, Greg. Where were we at a few minutes ago?
Joey,
we're approaching $10,000 tonight alone. There you see the number at the bottom of your screen. It's an 800 number. You can call it toll-free, or you have the option. We've got a couple of them on the phone there. Or you have the option of visiting mtshrinegame.org. So you can call or you can visit the website, whichever you're more comfortable doing. But again, this all the proceeds from this game every year go to the Shrine Children's Hospital over in Spokane. Pediatric specialty care. They've expanded it recently to sports-specific injuries. In fact, Dr. Thomas Halverson, just 1 year ago, he's out of Malta, and he's down on the sidelines tonight, but he went to work for the Shriners Children's Hospital about a year ago. Thomas Halverson out of Malta, and he now works in that sports-specific injury department. We had a good story on him at montanasports.com as well.
You go through Montana and some towns that have had success. How about Malta?
Oh.
Football and girls basketball.
Basketball, yeah. I mean, name it.
Name it.
Do they have tennis up there? I don't know that they do.
Yeah.
That one will not be returned.
Our telethon people just said we've just got a $5,000 donation, puts us at $14,220. So thank you. Thank you
for that.
That's great. So
$5,000 in one fell swoop.
$14,220. Still need to keep going. Thank you, everybody, for donating. We sure appreciate that. Kids are doing their part on the field.
As you look at some of the players down there and the schools in which they'll attend coming up, I think Montana Tech has the lead as I check the rosters, with 14 All-Stars in this game headed to Montana Tech. Dickinson State has 10, and we heard from Chris Stutz-Ream at Rocky Mountain College earlier tonight down on the sidelines. He's got 9 football players headed to school there, and 1 in track and field. So 10 total.
Good thing.
Dickinson State's sort of a Montana, an eastern Montana pipeline too, you know it?
Well, it's, you know, Stanton's there.
Pete Stanton, yes.
You know, almost if you live in eastern Montana and you play football, eventually you're going to get coached by a Stanton somewhere, right? I mean, they've got the eastern part of the state covered.
Well, it's another defensive stop in the backfield. Christian Knowles gets in there from Missoula Sentinel, and that takes us to halftime. The Red in complete control as your West leads it tonight, 28-0. Heading to break, East will regroup and receive the second half kickoff when we come back in a few minutes.
Our cheerleaders and cheerleaders provide us with halftime entertainment.
Score big for everything you need on game day at Thriftway Superstops.
Welcome to the MTN Sports Halftime Report, sponsored by Thriftway.
Welcome back to Dalis Stadium here in Billings, Montana. The West team on top of the East team, 28-0. Now, we've talked about it all night. Football, very important part of this week, but not the most important part. The most important part is raising funds and awareness for the Shriners Children's Hospital in Spokane, Washington. If you want to know why you should do that, MTN's James Sally spoke with some patients and has their story about why this is so important.
So we first started to suspect that Gavin had a disease when he was about 15 months old. He wasn't hitting the milestones that a typical 15-month-old would hit. It wasn't until about 22 months old that Gavin received the diagnosis of spinal muscular atrophy.
I am Grant and I'm from Great Falls, Montana. I've got bilateral club feet. It means that my legs were turned in when I was born. So when I was little, I got surgery on my heels.
I am Addison Benson. I am 8 years old, and when my accident happened, I was 2 years old and I was ran over by a lawnmower.
My name is Macy Brandon, and I am from Havre, Montana. My injury was that I broke my arm. It wasn't straight and it didn't heal.
My name's Amalia Ostwell, and I'm from Havre, Montana. I had scoliosis, and I was put into a torso brace, and that was supposed to correct my scoliosis.
I'm Madison, and I am from Great Falls, Montana. I was born with a cleft palate. I go for the Shriners Hospital for treatment.
My father-in-law is a Shriner, and when we were moving out here, he was like, you know, you guys should reach out to Shriners and see what they could do for him. So I reached out to Shriners in Spokane. So when we first got to Shriners, it was very welcoming. They were awesome with the kids. The care was just phenomenal.
Shriners has lots of play places and lots of toys that you can play with.
So Gavin's prognosis is good. He'll never be cured of his disease, but with all the physical therapy and occupational therapy, he's setting himself up to be the best he can be.
I go to the Shriners because of femoral anteversion. It's where my legs turn in and my femurs.
Probably 3 or 4 hip surgeries. Seems like it was 3 surgeries and multiple casts.
We're taking Maisie to Shriners about every 6 months. Sometimes it's a little more than that, just with adjustments for her prosthetic and if she has some issues.
It was very welcoming when I first went there. I was really scared, but they helped me realize that I was going to be okay.
What has changed for me since last time I was talked to in 2016? A lot of things, for sure. I've started high school. My mom passed away 2 years ago, almost this July. I've grown so much as a person and grown so much confidence in myself and found peers that believe in me and a family that is behind me 24/7 all day, every day, and that I've just truly found like my happiness with being myself and letting nothing hold me back.
I go to Shriners Hospital in Spokane, Washington for osteotomy. That's my leg condition. It's like a effect that it has on your leg and it like bent it backwards.
I think that Shriners is a really good hospital for kids, and that will help people become a kid again instead of worrying about, oh, I can't do this or I can't do that.
I'm thankful for Shriners because they help kids like me, and they made it so I can do everything I can do today.
My prognosis is really good. Since after my surgery I've been able to play all the sports and been able to do stuff I really love to do.
And just the atmosphere, the friendly atmosphere, they treat you well. They don't treat you like you're coming from states away and you're an inconvenience or anything like that. You are, one of their patients, and even when you're not right there, they're calling, checking up, making sure, but not bombarding you to be annoying either.
Because of all of you, my family and I are very grateful for your organization.
Sorry, it's not easy for me. It's easy for me to say thank you, but it's super tough. The folks at the Shriners have, and the whole organization has just been wonderful for wanting to step in and help my daughter and my family, and they're nothing but just a blessing. And we're so happy to have known them, and happy to if we can help a little bit in any way, we're happy to do so.
Worrying about, oh, I can't do this or I can't do that.
Donate now. Please call the number on your screen or go to mtshrinegame.org.
Williams here at the 77th Montana East-West Shrine Game. Now, currently the West has a big lead, leading 28-0, but I'm here right now with Imperial Sir Tim Forbes, who's on the board of directors for the Shriners Hospital. Tell me, Tim, can you tell me a little bit about the Shriners Children's Hospital and what makes the healthcare system so special?
The healthcare system is great because we take care of kids regardless of their ability to pay, and we've got the best care anywhere. We've got the top docs in the world. I mean, they are specialists in the field, and any child that needs any kind of specialty care that we can deal with, we take care of those kids.
Now, can you tell me, what does it mean to you to be on the board of directors?
It's a lot of hours, it's a lot of work, a lot of travel, but it's extremely rewarding when you get that Shrine payday. And what we call that is you get a child that's had some special challenges in their life, and you get them to where they can be a kid. They're able to laugh, play, have fun. No matter what their challenges are, we make sure those kids can grow up and be kids and enjoy life.
Now, as it all continues to grow, can you tell me, what do you see in the future for the Shrine hospitals?
Actually, our Shrine hospitals are growing. We're looking at more touch points, more places, and getting closer to kids so that we can take care of them closer to their homes so they don't have to travel as far and get that specialty care from Shriners.
Now, I know we have 2 of them here. We have 2 patient ambassadors. When you get to meet the patient ambassadors, how does that make you feel?
Well, as we say, when you hear the patient stories, if you're not crying, you're not listening, because they're touching. When you see or hear the struggles that they've gone through, you know, little Addie had her leg that was born and it was backwards pretty much, and so they straightened that out for her so she could run and play and walk and have a good time and be a kid. And when you hear stories like that and the impact that we've had on children, it's just totally amazing that we were able to have that with a child, and that child would grow up and be a wonderful human being and be able to touch more lives.
And then just lastly, what impact does the hospital make for the families that they all care for?
Oh, think about it, that wraparound care. When you're looking at a family and you tell the family, whether you have insurance or not, great, we'll take care of the child. And when you're looking at a family like that and you say, we're going to help you if you need travel assistance, we're going to send you to the best hospital we've got to get the right care. You don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about those medical expenses. And we help those children. What a relief off the family's shoulders. And we work with those families to help treat those kids and work with those kids. We call it our wraparound care. And I'll tell you what, the impact we have on families, not just the kids, is absolutely amazing. It's earth-shattering, because the difference we make in the world is something that if you ever get the opportunity to experience, it is absolutely gold.
Thank you, Tim. You all can continue to help the Shriners Hospital make a difference. If you just visit the website at the bottom of your screen and call the phone number to continue to donate. Thank you, Tim, for taking the time to speak with us today. We'll be right back after this.
Orthopedic excellence at Shriners Children's. The most amazing care anywhere.
Go to our facilities. Get taken care of.
And welcome back to Dalis Stadium in Billings. Quick man mortgage fact of the game. So the East team holds the all-time series advantage with 41 wins to 35 losses. The East team also has the longest ever streak in this game with 6 straight wins. But of course, as we know, the West with 3 straight wins in the series presently, with potentially another one brewing, 28-0 at halftime in this one. And I am joined now by the Shriners Children's Hospital Director of Philanthropy. It's Bill Gross. And Bill, there's a long history with the Shrine Game and the Montana East-West Shrine Game of the Children's Hospital. 77 years now. Can you tell me a little about the history and what this game means to you guys?
Yeah, absolutely. So the 77th year of the Shrine football game for Montana East-West. It is the longest running local state high school game in the country for All-Stars. And it is the highest revenue generating fundraiser in the country for Shriners hospitals as well. And we're thrilled in Spokane to be the recipient of those funds.
You know, how do those funds go to help the mission of the Shriners Children's Hospital in Spokane?
Yeah, so the mission we've had since day one. This is our 100th year for the Shriners Spokane Hospital. We have treated every child and their family regardless of the ability to pay. So all funds raised through this game stay local. They help the kids right here in Montana, whether they're coming to Spokane or not. All the funds will stay local and help our patients.
See, and could you tell me about some of the services you provide? I had a chance to visit the hospital a few weeks ago, and not only do you treat people at there, you guys have some clinics as well, kind of out in the community and in some of the region, right?
We do. So we run outreach clinics outside of the hospital, whether it's in Alaska, in Washington, or here in Kalispell, Montana. And it's where we can see kids right in their own community. And if they have to come to Spokane, they'll come. But we'd rather see kids in their own neighborhoods. And we're hoping to grow our outreach clinic program in the near future.
See, you know, folks are calling up the telethon tonight. They're visiting the website. They're donating. We've had some large donations already. But what would you say as the Director of Philanthropy to anyone who's on the fence? Maybe they want to, you know, they haven't called yet, but they have a chance here in the second half.
Every dollar that comes in to help our kids, you're helping our kids live a better life, live a normal life, and you're helping potential kids who can't walk to walk. And there's nothing more gratifying than to see a child take their first steps at our hospital, no matter what their age is.
100 years of the Shriners Children's Hospital in Spokane. What's going to happen the next 100 years?
Boy, we're going to see more kids than ever. We're going to hopefully grow more of those outreach clinics and our points of care and have more of an outreach here in Montana, for example.
All right, Bill, appreciate it. Folks, if you haven't already, please call that telethon number. We got 6 folks at KTVQ just waiting to answer it. Take some of those donations, take some of those pledges, and make sure that we can continue to offer the same level of care and expand beyond that for the Shriners Children's Hospital in Spokane. We'll be right back with the start of the second half.
I'm so happy they were able to make my experience a positive one.
Donate now. Please call the number on your screen or go to mtshrinegame.org.
The 77th Montana East-West Shrine Game continues from MTN Sports. From MTN Sports.
And welcome back to Dela Stadium. A little bit of Queen. We will rock you. And the West is rocking the East right now. We've still got a full half to play. 28-0 the score in your 77th annual East-West Montana Shrine football game. Scott Breen along with Greg Upham. And Greg, what do you see?
Well, I think the stats tell the story, right? And Gokachia. But the West offensive front and West defensive front are just too much for East right now. Now, I didn't say that Triplett didn't wake them up, because he did. And they played better. It was an effort issue, too. And I think we'll see a much different East team. But when you look at the stats, I mean, 187 to 51 on the rushing, passing 174, 287 to 125, 3 turnovers to 1, 2 penalties to 1. You know, the West has just owned it, completely owned it. And the X factor's Gokachia, right? 14 of the 28 belong to him and him alone. Now, granted, they broke loose, but I said it, I've been saying it from the beginning of the broadcast, the East is doing a poor job of defending the alley. They really are, and that's where they've been hurt in the scores and the long runs. So they need to adjust whatever scheme they have to get their players out in the alley, because I think Coach Deshane and his assistants have seen it and have taken advantage of it, right? And you know, I mean, these are all-stars, and Gokachia is a special player, and we showed that replay. But then on the defensive side, I mean, how big of hits have you seen Triplett lay down? I mean, you don't see that, right? I mean, and he's not that big, but he's fast.
6'2" out of belt. And you talk about Gokachia, how about 8 carries for 133 yards and 2 touchdowns? You have him on your fantasy team?
Yeah. And of those yards, though, 80% of the yards are in just the 2 runs.
Yeah.
I mean, because he broke them loose.
Broke that first one early for 34 yards, and then the 70-yard touchdown run there with under 30 seconds to play in the half.
So before we kick off, we've got a couple of big challenges. I said earlier before the half was over, Mike Cutler, longtime coach, Granite Creek, Phillipsburg. Now he's a superintendent up in Polson, challenged every coach in Montana to $100. And then we've got an official, Joel Furman, challenging all officials to $100. So, and we're at 21,160.
All right, as Grady Walker kicks it off, and a little bit of razzle-dazzle from that East team.
Ball received by Ethan Triplett, then tossed over
as
Watson carries that all the way up.
They go a bit reverse there. Looked like it was going to be shut down around the 10-yard line, but Wasson carries it out across the 20. So
we're calling some small school players like Triplett and Watson.
Yeah.
I mean, really.
Yeah.
So, like I said, Montana plays great football. It just does, and it's indicative of the U and MSU and Carroll and the Frontier.
Receiving team, number 17. Half the distance to the goal.
You didn't see that, did you?
I did not. Caden Clement out of CMR, headed to Montana Tech. That's only the fourth penalty whistled and thrown.
A pretty clean game.
So.
Well, and these are seasoned officials, right? They probably could call everything, but and you've got advanced players out there too. They know the game.
Yes. All right. So it looks like Balkenbush is back in, and he'll start things out at quarterback for the East. And he'll keep it as he did so many times in that first half. He is shut down there at the line of scrimmage. Terrific defensive effort. Balkenbush in that first half actually had 31 yards rushing.
Yeah, Kime again, right? Isaac Kime, he leads the team in tackles and caused fumble. I mean, he has been a wrecker.
Kime now with 5 tackles tonight.
That's another tackle for loss.
Yeah.
He's 6'4", 235 going to the U. I think they're going to try and play him at tight end.
Yeah.
So if the big guy can play him at tight end and the Franking can play at defensive end, I'd say it's a pretty fast defensive end.
And a quick out pass there. Incomplete from Balkenbush. His intended target was Lencioni again.
Third and behind the sticks.
Lencioni 4 catches for 25 yards in that first half.
We opened the game up and we said, Coach Stanton wants to go with a 12 package and double tight and run the football. Score got away from him. Now they're 3rd and long, an errant throw coming out of the half, and this is not what they want. They don't want the West team to stay comfortable. This could be a blowout.
Well, it was last year. East leads the all-time series 41-35, but 3 straight to the red as they continue to gain ground. Ball. Oh, what a catch. Hauled in across midfield by Chase Crockett from Glendive.
And he got separation, too. What a great throw and a great catch. And talking earlier about how these receivers can play the ball in the air, Crockett did a great job of stretching that vertical, got the space he needed. Big play for these. Good for them.
Wow, did he. And credit to Adam Balkenbush. I thought that was overthrown, and it was right on the money, and he wants to do it
Right
again, and he has another man. And just like that, in 2 plays, it's Rocco Lencioni in the end zone.
Hausman, the defender on it, who's a very, very good defender going to Carroll College, but talk about change it up, right? All right, hats off to the East, man. Here we go.
Well, and here's what's funny is Buchanan out of Red Lodge is the passing quarterback. Balkenbush is the runner. Well, he just showed us otherwise, did he not?
Right. Well, they refer to this game as an all-star game, right? So maybe we're just seeing another all-star. Great job, East.
Wow. And now Mackie Berkeley, Billings senior, on for the PAT attempt.
That'll probably wake the secondary up for the West.
There we go. Well, you talked about it at the end of the first half as he kicks that one off the scoreboard. 28-7 now. We talked about it in the first half early on. Could the East keep up?
On the field.
Well, so far so good.
So
Here
far,
to
so
start
good.
the second half as we head to break. There's the touchdown. We're back in a moment.
Partner should understand your company's risks, surprising or not. That's Marsh McLennan Agency. Let's talk.
Welcome back to Billings, Montana. Hello to you too. That's right. Break it down for us. Break it down all-star style. Rooting for MSU football, and tonight it's East versus West in the last high school game for all these players as they head off to college. The Montana Football Shrine All-Star Game at Dela Stadium. How about that? East shut out tonight in the first half, takes the opening possession of the second half, 3rd and 11 from inside its own 15-yard line. Not looking good. And in 2 plays, Adam Balkenbush and the offense march down and score.
Yeah, right. They drew blood. Let's see what they do defensively.
Well, and we saw what they did defensively to close the half, except for that Gokachia 70-yard touchdown run. I mean, they were laying some hits and forcing some stops, was the East. And so we'll see if they can pick that up again as Berkeley kicks it off from his own 40-yard line, trying to send it into the end zone, and does.
Yeah, how about the hang time on that?
Right.
Big-time kicker.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a threat.
He's headed to Montana State as a preferred walk-on. We'll see.
As a kicker? They taking him as a kicker?
He said he'd like to play wide receiver, but I imagine they'll take anybody. You know, any college coach will take anybody that can kick, and you got 1, 2, or 3 of them.
Well, and the Bobcats last year
down the stretch.
Yep, needed a kicker.
Struggled down the stretch.
They did.
They've got Couchman back, though. He'll be now a sophomore out of Butte.
Little confidence builder there.
Yeah. As we kick it back down to the field, here we go. 1st and 10 now for the Red and the West All-Stars.
You know, for the East, they've got to defend the alleys because it just has been bad for them.
Well, there's a quick tackle and a host of them. Right there to wrap up, I believe that was number 40 to stop it. Cooper Collins out of Great Falls High. Tom, let's go down to the sideline. What do you have for us?
Yeah, quick start for the East here in the second half. Exactly what they needed as the team came off the field. The head coach walked over to him and he said, man, way to get that monkey off your back. That's exactly what they needed. Praised the O-line for blocking and says they got to take that mentality back on offense the next time they're on the field. Says run the ball, take a shot, run the ball, take a shot. That's the game plan for this East team if they want to go back in this game.
I think, Tom, to defend the alleys because that's where they were attacked. They gave up 21 points in the alleys. Now, granted, it's Gokachia, but still, he ran free in the alleys, and they've got to be a little more solid there.
You did. Well, again, if you're just joining us, it's all West here in the first half, but East strikes first to open the second, and we're playing 15-minute quarters, not the 12-minute quarters that high school teams are used to here in Montana during the regular season and postseason. So back at quarterback, Carter Kraft surveys, fires, has a man Boy, he had a yellow jersey dart right by him, and I couldn't tell who made the catch. I believe it was Tristan Butts out of Eureka.
Yeah, and just tucked in there. Nice ball. I mean, nice hard throw. Nice and tight.
It was. It was. As we go to the replay and watch somebody flash right in front of Butts.
He throws it hard on the run. Puts it right there. You know, the East having trouble defending in the secondary a little bit, and they're a good secondary.
They are, and that was
very,
Detman.
very good.
That was Mason Detman, who had a great breakup in the first half. Just a step late getting to that one. I think he thought it was incomplete. He kind of turned around like after he was out of bounds. Back to the ground game comes the West, and a hard run across the 50-yard line. So that'll set up second and short after Joey Sandberg takes the handoff.
Yeah, I really like the way he runs the ball. I mean, that's a 7-yard pickup. Again, in the alley, right? In the alley.
Had a touchdown in the first half. Just runs hard. Couple players laid onto the field at receiver. Kraft will set it up now. In the shotgun. Rolling to his right, Kraft fires downfield again, and this one out of bounds safely. Approaching 11 minutes left here in the third quarter. We've got to figure out some offensive and defensive players of the game tonight, along with the most outstanding player. So the Shriners want to hand out 5 trophies tonight.
Do we get one up here?
We do not.
We don't?
To my knowledge, I don't think they see us as...
Well, you've done a great job, and I think you deserve
Back
one.
at you. We could compliment each other until sundown.
I've got some old trophies in my garage. I'll bring one for
Thank you. We can trade.
Right.
Scott Breen along with Greg Upham at the 50-yard line tonight. Check at the 49 to be exact. Here comes the West. 3rd and 3 from near midfield. Carter Kraft. Plenty of time. Running out of it now. Weaving. And a nice defensive stand there for the West. We'll see what happens on 4th down. But he was ultimately brought down by Brisbane Ryder out of Havre. He weighs in at 215, and he'll play college football at Rocky.
Yeah, with a little attitude, too, right? Okay, 4th and short, midfield. The East did this, right? And they didn't get it. So you're the West. Just runs around the field there, but you see it come in with a little bit of attitude. The East is playing with more effort. There's no doubt about it. So, and they need to.
We have an injury timeout here at the moment, and it's not Kraft. It is, he's popped back up.
Yeah, it's cramp.
Got his jersey tucked up underneath there. I can't tell who it is. 63.
Okay, Coach Breen.
All right.
4th and 4.
It's Max Lee.
49.5-yard line. You're up 21 by 21 points. Are you going to go for it, or are you going to punt it?
It's an all-star game, and we've seen Coach Duchesne do nothing but go for it all night. I think the West has 1 punt tonight.
Maybe 2.
Do they have yeah, maybe a second one here on the way. But again, Key Christensen back to punt. He is a quarterback who has shown us tonight that he can both pass and run. So I wouldn't be surprised at a fake here.
Yeah, I would yell out punt safe. I think he's going to punt this ball though.
Christensen taking his time, maybe hoping to draw somebody off sides. Snap is good. Punt is away. And it's good. Kyle Mounts is back to receive. Grabs it. Short run back there, almost out to the 15-yard line. So here comes the East with its second possession of the second half after scoring on its first. When we come back, yellow jerseys trying to rally. Down 28-7.
Watch me. Game-changing sports medicine at Shriners Children's. The most amazing care anywhere.
And welcome back, everybody. Scott Breen along with Greg Upham. It's your 77th annual Montana East-West Shrine All-Star Football game. The Man Mortgage Fact 2. Check it out, Greg. How would you like to have called the game with the fewest points scored combined? That's 7 back in 1963.
Yeah, that's not a lot.
And were you to run out of voice maybe with the 76?
How would you get 7 in multiple scores? Can you do it?
In multiples? Well, yes.
It has to be 2
you
safeties.
You can. A couple safeties and a field goal. Absolutely.
There you go. Trivia question
trying to throw
2.
a curveball at me. Trying to bring baseball into the football booth tonight. There's a first down run for the East All-Stars, and he is shut down close to the line of scrimmage. That was Aiden Lammers out of Shepherd.
So they haven't let him run loose tonight, have they?
No, they haven't.
That defensive front for West, good. They are good.
So Balkenbush still in a quarterback here. So take a look at the replay and how this just gets jammed up at the line. Nice tackle in there again. He's done it all night. He continues to do it for the West. Christian Knowles out of Missoula Sentinel. So 2nd and 11. They call it a loss of 1. They'll pick up a few yards there.
Ball carried by number
But it brings up 3rd and long for the East.
A little extra work by Torin Jeske, 6'5". Tackle out of Bozeman High. Did you see that?
Oh, yeah.
Whistle.
Jeske was the one that told me with the All-Star sticker trade, the helmet stickers, he's the one out of Bozeman that laughed at me and said, you know what, I just took all the stickers of the schools that I can't stand, you know, the 3 Billings schools and Gallatin, you know, and he laughed about that. So he's a big dude and a strong player, very gifted. Well, it seems like deja vu. We were here a moment ago. 3rd and long for the East. Balkenbush completed a long pass on the way to a touchdown moments later, and this time he does it with his legs. Adam Balkenbush from Billings Central.
Yep, he's a good space player, right? Shook it loose, and there he goes. Yeah, taking a great rush out of the West front, but he just finds a little seam and breaks it loose.
That's
Linebackers are dropping. Yeah. Nice run.
That's what it looks like from ground level. Not always to see him when he's slippery, not easy. So 1st down, and the East is on the move as the clock continues to tick now. Under 9 minutes left here in the 3rd quarter.
You know, they just have not had the ability to get the run game going, have they? They just can't consistently get it going.
No, and their only score coming off those 2 giant pass plays on the last possession. Balkenbush under pressure from behind, saw it at the last moment, and just wisely throws it out of bounds. He was thrown down, but a great job to avoid.
For intentional grounding, the quarterback was outside of the pocket, and the ball made it back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd down.
Yeah, Ari McLaughlin
and
from Florence.
And there was a receiver
6'2",
in the territory.
Watch him come, number 66.
And it's 2nd down. 2nd down.
Yeah.
Good hustle there, McLaughlin. So 2nd and 10 now. East trailing 28-7.
We're up to 23,792.
In the first quarter,
thank you, everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you. There's a coach's challenge out there for 100. There's a referee's challenge out there for 100.
And again, you see at the bottom of the screen several ways you can donate online, via the telephone as well. That play's all wrapped up.
Yeah, they're trying to get the run game going.
They're trying. That was Lammers again.
It's going to be 3rd down.
Yeah, there's a good look at him. See all the helmet stickers there he had this season. Again, you mentioned the rushing game, over 300 yards.
You know, the bad part of the challenge now for the East is it's 3rd and long, right? So guess what the West front's going to do? They're just going to pin their ears back. Now, there haven't been many screens.
No.
We haven't seen many, and that's how you slow those fronts down. So we'll see if the East throws a screen here.
Well, they've got Lencioni lined up outside, one-on-one coverage. They're close to the 30-yard line. Let's see if he looks towards Lencioni deep. He's rolling that direction. Lencioni comes back. Now he's open. Got it to him at the 40, and now across it. Watching Lencioni, I thought he might run deep, and then he stopped on a dime and came back to help the quarterback, Greg.
Balkenbush keeping this going with his feet, right? So that defensive front's coming hard, and he's just skipping out on him. So nice throw.
It was a lot of Balkenbush on the last drive as well as he hands off this time. Lammers finds a little bit of room.
There you go. That's what they want. Now you got 2nd and 6. And for hard run teams, that's a win. Right? 2nd and 6.
Picks up 2nd and 7.
Maybe a little bit longer, 47. That's not good, but not bad.
Well, mixing up the pass and the run.
Yep.
Effectively.
Trying to find something, right? And it's a drive. They're on a drive. Hey, could be 28-14.
It may be in a moment. As quickly as they struck on that last possession.
Right.
And one of those strikes was from about right here, close to midfield. Another deep ball over the middle. Has to wait for it. Oh, that was just slightly underthrown and intercepted.
Right, by Colin Hayter. Three Forks.
Yeah, on his way back.
Whoa, game changer.
Huge game changer there. That was deflected and intercepted, and the receiver had to wait just a moment for that pass to arrive. But I like the play call. I mean, it was there. The play was there.
Yeah, they had it.
Let's take another look at it, and here's how it unfolds from Balkenbush's point of view.
4th turnover by the East. Good play.
Yes.
Underneath.
And there he goes. Hayter running it back from Three Forks again. The 6-foot safety headed to Rocky Mountain College. There's one more look at it. Kind of, sort of. And that was, guess who got in there? I think that was 10 that got in there to help deflect it. Maybe Mason Kelch. Kelch has been all over the field tonight as well.
He really has. There's
There goes Gokachia again, and they have him bottled up this time.
Yep.
And when I say bottled up, still a gain of maybe 4. Well, by Gokachia standards, that's bottled up.
Yeah.
Considering what he's done tonight. Well over 130 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns. 2 of those on gigantic runs.
I think we're going to see a deep ball here. It just feels that way.
All right.
They haven't thrown one yet, and I think they want to go deep.
Dylan's Key Christensen in there at quarterback. Headed to Montana State, where he'll likely open as a defensive back, and a quick handoff there.
Oh, nice
Caught
play.
up in the backfield. Well done. Stopped and shut down by number 45. That's Tice Casterline from Lockwood.
Yeah, outside linebacker going to Rocky. That's a great play. Fought through that block. See it coming up here, trying to get to the outside. They've been picked on in the alleys. Steps up. There we go.
He was a great player for Lockwood this past season. In fact, one of the 4-year players there chose to go to Lockwood and start that program from the ground up, much like they did at the same time East Helena did.
Yep.
And Tice Casterline, just a terrific, quiet young man, very athletic. And again, he's headed, just thought he'd stay here at home, head to Rocky Mountain College, under the radar. Pass. Oh, that was nearly caught. Great effort.
I think this is 4-down territory, too. I don't think they'll punt the ball here.
Even on 4th and 10.
Mm-hmm. Ball's on the 38. They're
going to call it 4th and
37.
8. Okay.
Ball's on the 37. The East hasn't had the ability to really move the ball much. No, here they go.
Coach DeShane continues to surprise us both.
He does. It's a momentum call, though, right? They don't have the momentum right now.
Well, it's Christensen. Back to punt it away. Kyle Mounts, the defensive back from Gallatin High School, back to receive. East forces a couple of stops.
That's a good stop. I'm just going to say that. It's a good stop after that turnover. I think that's a 4th turnover for the East tonight.
Nice high spiral. Great hang time. It's going to land at about the, oh, terrific coverage down there. Terrific coverage by the West. I believe that was shut down by Zane Moudry. Or was it Kime down there? I think it was Kime. Let's go to commercial break, and when we come back, East takes over again, trailing by 3 scores, trying to rally.
The plays.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I think it's a good thing too.
Look at you or look at you? You look at me. I'm here with Montana Tech head coach Kyle Sampson. Coach, you guys have the most players out of any school here. You got 13 players on the roster. What does that say about your recruitment?
Yeah, I think it's something we take pride in, trying to get the pretty fun for everybody. I mean, the Shrine Game's a huge tradition and great thing for all the kids. And
all right, some mic trouble down there with Dante Williams. Maybe we'll try to get back to that here in just a moment. But first, off the fantastic punt, East now starting deep in its own territory inside the 5-yard line. And Thomas Buchanan now back in at quarterback for the East.
Miles Wells on the carry. Picks up 1, call it 2nd and 9.
I couldn't see the number. It looked like, I think Kime again. I don't know if he's on the field. I couldn't see if it was 9 or 8.
They're about as far away from us as is mathematically possible.
So we've got an interesting thing evolving with the challenges. We've got We've got Mike Cutler challenging all coaches in Montana to $100. We got Joel Furman challenging all officials. Now we have a realtor challenge. We have, let me find it here.
Realtor challenge, huh? Well, plenty of real estate right now in front of the East squad.
We have a Denise and Joe Epler challenging any realtor to $100.
All right.
And we've got an anonymous grandfather. Any anonymous grandfather.
That could be you.
It could be. So if you're a grandfather and you're anonymous, you're challenged to $100. So let's see it.
It's for the kids.
For the kids.
Shriners Children's Hospital. Yes. Thomas Buchanan now in the East, deep in their own territory in a third down situation. Buchanan running out of room through that one just over the head of Owen Reynolds, his teammate up at Red Lodge High School. He and Reynolds connected for I can't tell you how many touchdowns through their career up there. As you take a look at it one more time, here's what Buchanan saw.
Yeah,
not a lot.
So.
Probably a smart play just to throw that high.
Yep.
And that brings up 4th and 9. So
now the call to punt the ball, right?
Yep.
They pinned
Field
them down.
Position.
And they're going to get the ball right back where they had it before. So good decision by Duchesne.
Chess match between Coach Pat Duchesne, who's retiring now from Florence Carlton on the heels of 3 consecutive state championships. This last one was a thriller. Took him to overtime. I don't know how that treated his ticker, but they won it. Florence Carlton won that last one in overtime. 21-14 over Manhattan. How about that nice punt to the 50-yard line? Off to the races, though. Coverage wasn't there to begin with.
It's a great return by...
Nice return by Brett Grange from Helena High. He's headed to Montana Tech, and we're headed back down to the sidelines. Dante Williams.
Back here with Kyle Sampson, Montana Tech head coach once again. Coach, you were just talking about the pride that you take in recruiting Montana kids, and you've had a couple of Montana kids make big plays here, a couple of interceptions, a fumble recovery. What are you looking forward to having these kids on your defensive side next year?
Yeah, like I said, 13 kids coming to play for us, and just a bunch of guys that make plays. They're very coachable, and I think it's a big testament to our coaching staff. I've got a great group of guys around me that have helped, get these guys debut, and it's really fun just to watch them compete in this arena against the best kids in the state. And what a great night, and what a great thing for the Shrine Hospital, and doing it for the kids is pretty awesome.
Oh, turnover here. Pop the ball loose.
13 guys on your team, on the rosters. How do you watch this game? Who do you root for?
Yeah, I think you just like to watch. You're just a spectator. As a coach, you don't get to really sit on the sidelines and just enjoy watching a football game. So we've got our whole staff here tonight. We're just enjoying watching all of them, watching them compete. And what's cool is a lot of these coaches. I was a high school coach here in Montana for a long time, and a lot of these coaches are some of my great friends, and it's fun to watch them coach out here as well.
All right, Coach, that's all we have. Thanks for joining us. We'll send it back up to you, Greg and Scott.
Awesome. Appreciate you.
All right, thank you, Dante, and some action, some true action there while we were away.
Yeah,
as you guys,
I think he's the one that jarred the ball loose.
Yes, and Mason Detman in there as well.
We haven't seen a deep ball since a touchdown.
We have not.
Well, we see it here.
It's Buchanan.
There goes.
Back in at quarterback. He's got the arm for it. Face guarding.
There comes the flags.
They did not get that call in the first quarter. Down in the opposite end zone. They're going to get this one. It'll be a 15-yard penalty.
It was. So that's what they call taking the top off the defense, right? And they're starting to do it.
14.
Surprised they haven't done it more.
Penalty.
Good throw. This is a nice long ball.
First down.
Buchanan throws a great ball.
Tight spiral. Great ball. He's a strong kid. Yep. You know what, and that's fine.
Little English there by Jack Keeley.
Yeah, if you're Keeley, though, why give up the big pass play when you can take the penalty and give up just 15 yards?
Absolutely.
So
that's a rule that you coach by.
Yeah, you bet.
Don't tackle them. That's why in the NFL they tackled him, and it was 65 yard penalty.
Yes, it was.
Yep.
All right, so the East now across midfield, having held the West scoreless here in the second half. That one's deflected and caught this time. Last one was deflected earlier and intercepted, but a fantastic catch off the deflection from Lencioni.
Yeah, he's upset because he knew he could feel that. He thought he was green to go. Oh, here we go. East has found some success with the long ball.
Yeah, they're in the hurry-up offense now. Ooh, they drew the offside there, just on a big clap.
Yeah, now who owns who? Big Mo.
Tale of two halves.
Big
Defense
Mo.
number 97. 5-yard penalty Still first down.
It's really hard to change your cadence up when you've only had a week of practice. And you're playing with two quarterbacks.
Well, and and when you say that, you mean for your own lineman not to jump.
Lineman even, right. You know, you want to go on two, it's extremely difficult.
Thomas Buchanan out of Red Lodge. Terrific basketball player. Shoot, he's a heck of a golfer as well. Getting his dad, Todd Buchanan, many moons ago, played on this field for Billings Senior High School. Then was a quarterback for the Bobcats. Buchanan now drops back. Quick pass.
Screen.
It's right back to him. He's got some running room.
Oh, what a great call.
Yeah. And Lencioni again. Rocco Lencioni down to the 1 foot line, maybe.
Yep. This screen's going to slow him down. That's a great call.
Here comes the quick Rambo that Billings Senior's been accustomed to. And on the keeper. We're into the end zone.
Here we go. Here we go.
New ball game.
28-14.
New ball game, and it's all been ignited, Greg, by pass plays. Deep balls.
Deep balls. Deep balls. Well, here's something else, too. Got to give credit to that East offensive line because they've slowed that defensive front down enough to get the ball out there deep.
Yes.
Early they couldn't get it off.
And the East defense.
East defense holding in there.
Which really started to bring it with about 6 minutes left in the half. With under 30 seconds left, gave up that 70-yard touchdown run to go Kachia. Otherwise, we would be at 21-14.
Yeah, and I think I'd take it right back to Triplett's hit.
That ignited everything.
It ignited everything.
Yeah,
right?
in the second quarter there. We're going to keep it right here.
And the ball went here. And the ball carrier went backward.
Yep.
The East went forward.
Yep, that ignited everything. So here we go. 2 minutes, 19 seconds left here in the third quarter. As the sun sets on Dalis Stadium in Billings, Montana. Scott Breen along with Greg Upham. East-West Shrine game number 77. And as we look back, listen to this. Let's look back. Let's have some fun and look back. Because we're trying to figure out who the most outstanding player is tonight.
Right.
And we didn't have much of an East tally in the first half. Well, now we've got all sorts of East and West. But back in 1965, Dick Wilson out of Butte.
Sure.
Then a guy named Dwayne Walker, Malta, 71. Cy Ryan out of Billings West. I mean, you go through these names. There's a kid named Dave Dickinson in 1991.
Oh, right. Didn't he throw the ball?
All he did was win a national title with the Montana Grizzlies, go to the NFL for a bit, and torch the CFL, where he also torched it as a coach.
His dad's a Butte guy.
And his dad's a Butte guy. I mean, yeah. And just last year, it was Jarrett Wilson out of Polson, the most outstanding player. So,
and when I said his dad's a Butte guy, everybody in Butte said, "Hey, his dad's a Butte guy." And you could hear him from Butte, right?
So
they'll let you know right away.
You were repeating what they'd said,
right?
And the kick is away. Hits it, and there will be no return. So Berkeley continues to be effective with the leg.
Big time kicker. Yep.
And I talked to him at Billings Senior, and he only attempted about 4 field goals his entire career at senior, believe it or not. Okay, and he hit one, I believe, and I hate to say it because I don't want to say, yeah, he's Butte. I believe he beat Butte on a last-second field goal, maybe as a sophomore. Okay, he said after that, they didn't kick him. He said they always just went for it. I said, did you try to talk him into, into maybe kicking a ball from somewhere? And he goes, no, I didn't even bother. He goes, I just went back out and played offense. He's a great receiver as well.
Yeah, he is.
Talking about Mackie Berkeley. Here we go. What is the West? Been punched in the mouth a couple times here in the third quarter. Back at quarterback, Key Christensen fires a dart to the outside. That'll be close to first down yardage, out towards the 30.
Yeah, West got to get something going here if they're going to slow this down. And odds are the East can't keep scoring like that. The odds are there, but they've got the momentum. So, Duchesne and his offensive guys, I like the timing here.
Yeah, he just pops out there, turns, ball's in the air. And then Grady Walker brought down. They'll call it 2nd and 1, just short of the first down.
It's been their favorite formation, trips open.
Trips open, yep. 4 receivers. And he's going to throw the deep ball, maybe a little too deep. There was some contact down the sideline there, but not enough to warrant a flag.
Yeah, and that's good officiating, right? The ball wasn't going to be caught anyway, so he might have slowed him down a little bit, but I'm okay if the defensive backs cheat a little bit. I don't have a problem with it because the game is so geared for the offense that you should be able to cheat a little bit and not get caught. So I know that's maybe an ethics issue, but if you're an old defensive coach and all the rules are for the offensive guys, then I don't care anymore.
Understood.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, Butte last year at Naranche Stadium, West made it 3 straight wins. 45-13 was that final, and it looked like we may be headed that way earlier tonight as Gokachia breaks loose.
Guess who's on the field?
Yeah. They knew where he was, though, because they didn't give up a touchdown. They gave up a first down.
Yeah, one
big difference.
One tackle away from that touchdown right there, though.
He's been shifty tonight. 2 touchdowns already.
Watch him go inside and outside. In, out.
Yo, and he hurdles a man.
See the cuts, the quicks? I mean, I don't know how you defend it.
Yeah, Cash Gokachia going to the U.
Dad played on the national championship with the Dave Dickinson team.
In that 95 season.
Yes, and guess who he had to defend?
Randy Moss.
Randy Moss.
Hey.
He wasn't bad.
No, no. He went on to a nice career.
Right.
All right, first down and 10. Trying to get the East to jump off sides. Didn't do it. Christensen now. Has a man over the middle, came back to try to make the catch, and it looks like they'll call it good. That's Colter Ramos. Good for a couple, and it'll bring up 2nd and long. We're under 30 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter.
I don't think they'll snap the ball. I think they know what they want to do here.
Well, it's been a third.
Try and run that clock down a little bit, too.
3rd quarter owned by the East All-Stars.
Yeah.
They are back to within striking distance after trailing.
We gave that stat, I think it was 2nd quarter, where it was 1,008 yards for the West and 2 yards for the East.
Yeah.
I'm exaggerating a little bit, but West now at 322 and East at 282. And most of those yards over the top.
Gained a huge gap, and you called it. They take it down to the horn. So we head to the 4th quarter with a ball game after trailing 28-zip. East is back to within 28-14. Wearing the yellow jerseys under the bright lights at Dela Stadium. We're back for the 4th quarter coming up.
They ensure that it's the right thing. They make sure they truly care about their patients.
Donate now. Please call the number on your screen or go to mtshrinegame.org.
Welcome back to Dela Stadium for the 77th Montana East-West Shrine Game. 28-14 West team on top at the moment. It's an all-star game for football players. It's also an all-star game for cheerleaders as well. Okay, what's your name?
Maud Hammerly.
Maud Hammerly. Can you tell me about this week and what's it been like for you guys?
This week has really, it showed us, we talked about a lot about how it really benefits the kids. Realistically, we do it for the kids. They're the reason why we're here, and that's our paycheck this week too, is that we get to see them enjoy stuff that they couldn't do beforehand.
Without a doubt. And obviously at halftime you guys did the Shrine Bowl Shuffle. I've been watching it for years. I've never learned how to do it. Can you teach me real quick?
Yeah, we can teach you.
All right, it's
so we go
hip,
to the left,
hip, grapevine left knee, kick,
and then we grapevine to the left,
grapevine to the left, knee, kick, heel, 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 heel. Oh, man! All right, well, thanks, guys. They tried to teach me. The little kids got it better, but again, it's all about the kids. Please call that hotline. Go to that website. Donate to the Shriners Children's Hospital so we can. Thank you guys so much. Go East. What?
Here's our telethon. Check in with Joey, the telethon director. Joey, how are we doing?
We don't announce that.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Welcome back, everybody. And for those of you who just witnessed Tom Wiley doing what he was doing, I think he invented that dance. He's sandbagging all of us. Yeah. But it was well done nonetheless, and if the people want to pay to see it, please do. You see the number at the bottom.
It was well done by the girls. Tom done, but not well done.
Yes.
But an effort, right? And that's got to count for something.
Effort always counts.
Right.
You don't bring effort, don't come.
Right.
Don't show up.
Exactly. I'm there.
So here we go.
Follow you.
3rd and 8.
It's a big down for West, really. Game's changed.
Christensen, yes. Trying to pick it up. The first down. Lob pass, too tall.
And it stops the clock.
Sure does. And it likely turns the ball over back to the East.
Yes, it does.
East defense has really been terrific.
They have. They've really come to play at the second half.
You know. So you talk about momentum, all right? And now we've seen all sorts of punts, whereas in the first half, the Red had the momentum. The Red punted maybe once in the first half, went for it on several 4th downs. Do you feel like maybe they've turned a little conservative in the second half, playing to protect that 28-point lead that's now down to 14?
Maybe a little bit, but I think there's better coaching.
That was nearly blocked.
Right. I think the coaching's better, and you've got athletes that you can adjust. You're playing with the best players, so it's up to you to move them around. They'll play. Just get them in the right spot.
They'll continue to move around after this quick commercial break. 14-13 when we come back in a 28-14 game.
Orthopedic excellence at Shriners Children's. The most amazing care anywhere.
Welcome back to Dallas Stadium. Saturday night under the bright lights here in Billings, Montana, your 77th annual East-West Shrine Football All-Star Game. East with the ball in the yellow jerseys. Adam Balkenbush back in at quarterback and carries for a gain of about 8 yards.
Yeah, nice run.
If you're just joining us, West commanded the first half, led 28-0 at the break. East came out and punched back a couple times in the second half there in the 3rd quarter. And that's where we stand at 28-14.
Even the stats up a little bit.
Yes.
Different East team playing much better. West team not being able to do anything they want to do. Remember, 14 points of the 28 is Gokachia on big runs, too.
Right. He had one of about 34 and another one of 70 just before the half. Balkenbush rolling out. Fires across the middle. Has his man again. He's been a target all night. Rocco Lencioni out of Bozeman High.
And like we've talked, the success for East is coming through the air. And they're doing a nice job. Both quarterbacks are doing a nice job of getting the ball out there. And the offensive line's protecting them. That's the big difference. Offensive line's playing much better.
Take a look at it again.
And they're
nice
rolling
pass.
their quarterbacks, right? They're not trying to hold them back there. So They're rolling them out. So giving them an opportunity to see the field. We'll see what West does with their defense.
Under 13 minutes to play. East in no hurry. 1st and 10 from just across the 35-yard line. Adam Balkenbush, Billings Central at quarterback. He's led this second half charge. Has a man, it looks like Mackie Berkeley, who does have some speed.
Again,
shoestring tackle.
Big blitz down, screen. So they've picked up the tendency, and maybe West is in a tendency of blitzing on second down. It's the second time they've done the perfect call. So you see the screen coming off the blitz. Here's a big blitz. There's a screen. Perfect call. Here you go.
And he is off to the races. Yes.
Either East is lucky or they've picked up a tendency.
I'd say it's a heck of a chess match tonight.
I would too.
5 wide receivers now. Balkenbush in the backfield by himself. Handles the snap. Looks deep again. Berkeley again, and intercepted this time. Just overshot. Another interception for the West.
That's a great play.
Fantastic effort there.
That's the second interception of the night, right? He played that beautifully up over the top. They're not going to give him those one-on-one routes anymore. They're bringing the safeties and letting them sit deep. And that's good defense.
Could he make his way over there?
Yep, that's great. And hats off to the defensive coordinator. Nice call.
Now, that does pin the West deep in its own territory, so if there is a silver lining for the East, that's as solid as a brilliant punt.
I would think that Gokachia is going to be on the field here. I just, they haven't played him a lot, but in a situation like this, you bunch these defenses up, and all he needs is a step.
There's a look at Colton Hayter again, his second interception of the night.
2 big interceptions.
Three Forks native. from inside, literally inside his own end zone.
Just like I said.
Oh, there's the handoff.
Great block. Holy cow, that's a fantastic block.
He's off to the races. Jack Keeley.
Do you see that block by Kaselitz? That is a great block. We can see a replay on that. Absolutely great block. So I was talking earlier, when these defenses bunch up down here, all they need is one seam, and it pops, and it's dangerous, actually.
Yeah, and
look at this block.
Right there.
Right there.
And I'm going to check that. It's Joey Sandberg on the run. I thought it was 14. We're up here so high in the booth, I can't.
Yeah, Sandberg is a real deal, right? They've got two great backs. I mean, you don't get that very often. That's a great run.
What a play to give up, though, when you've got them pinned inside their own 5-yard line.
Heartbreaker, man. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers.
Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers.
And there you go again.
Don't do me like that. Don't do me like that, said Tom Petty. But the West, in fact, does. Touchdown there for the Red. Daniel Sermon, I should say, out of Missoula Sentinel.
Yeah, tackle him. 6'6".
Huh. He's there's only 2 guys out on the field tonight that are 6'6". Sermon's one of them. Braden Zimmer from Billings West is the other.
Too. I mean, he's just big. When I watched him throw the disc, he's just big. He's a big body. That GT
started
pole.
To see it, yeah.
There goes the alley. They've just got it. They've had it all night.
Sermon.
Big boy.
Big and strong. Left-footed kick is line drive through the uprights. Good for Mason Kelch. And just when it looked like the East was bouncing back, the West strikes with a pair of big plays of its own. It's been a game full of them tonight here in Billings. We're back to Dayla Stadium in a moment.
A reliable diesel supply so you can keep supplying the world with food. Let's keep the future foreseeable. Let's get out there and own every day.
Welcome back to Dayla Stadium. Beautiful shot there. On a warm, wonderful Saturday night here in Billings. West trying to bust it open on the verge of 4 straight wins in this series. They've won the last 3, including last year in Butte at Naranche Stadium. That final 45-13. Could be close to that tonight. Although I don't think Coach Deshane's going to attempt a field goal tonight. So
maybe not. Maybe not.
All right. So the East with a shot as they get the ball back here. That one's into the end zone, so the East will take over at its own 20-yard line. Under 11 minutes to play here, and what do you tell them?
Well,
if you're Rob Stanton,
you've got players, so you know the West is adjusted, so they're not going to be able to throw the ball over the top anymore. We saw that with Aiden's interception, which is right, and I don't think East can run the ball well enough to win it. So this next series will be very indicative of if East can pull that rabbit out of their hat again. Giving up that long run was just, maybe the nail in the coffin, maybe.
We've had close to a dozen big plays, big yardage plays tonight between the two teams, and several of them for scores.
Yep.
So it's been a thrill if you're just joining us late. West led it 28-0 at halftime. East cut it to 28-14 and then gave up the touchdown a moment ago. So back in at quarterback and handing off there. Isaiah Brown thrown down from Great Falls High.
Christian Knowles, the defensive tackle out of Sentinel, who's going to Utah.
Knowles has been in on several plays tonight.
Yep. See him break loose here on the outside. Beats his man, gets upfield. Hello. Little help from his friends. Little help from a friend.
All right, approaching the 10-minute mark here in Billings. Under the lights on a Saturday night. Thomas Buchanan in at quarterback, and they'll let him chuck it now. Nowhere to throw. Runs, and he's got some yardage back. Not quite to the line of scrimmage, so this will be 3rd and long.
Now you see Wes hockey change come in.
Yeah.
6 come in, 6 go out. That's a big line change.
That's a big line change. Yes.
Well, they have 8 defensive linemen, so they rotate 4 at a time.
Load them up.
Yeah. Going with the 30 front. They're not going to give him the deep ball anymore.
3rd and 16.
Man drop.
Yeah. Oh, pretty call.
Baby.
How about that play call? The play call and the catch.
They're going to give it to him. Little treachery. Little trickery and treachery.
Chase Crockett.
Look out there.
From Glendive, the tight end.
I like the call.
How about the drama? I think Crockett was looking for a replay here. He juggles it intentionally maybe, right? And then snags it, and then watch the toe touch.
A little throwback there.
Watch the toe touch. He got him in.
How about that?
All right, so here comes East. On the move again in the yellow jerseys. Handoff. Up the middle. Shut down.
I don't think they can win the game doing that.
Nope, that was Brown. I think they're just trying to keep him honest.
I think they have to.
Picks up a handful.
I think.
Picks up a single. It's going to be 2nd and 9.
2nd and long now.
It was a nice call. It was a nice play, right?
Terrific play. We're under 9 minutes now. 3 score difference here. So they'll need to hurry it up and get to work.
They will.
Buchanan to the outside. Berkeley out of bounds. That'll stop the clock.
All right.
Berkeley catches the pass.
Trying to come up with an offensive and defensive MVP for each team, and then a most outstanding player. That's where we're at.
3rd and 1 here for East.
We take a look at the replay here. I've got some ideas.
Yeah,
but you and I aren't the only 2 voting on this.
We aren't?
You and I and your alter ego.
Well, I've got 6 of them. So.
There's Buchanan out there on the run. He looks back. He's got a man wide open. Got to wait for the ball. He's got 2 men. Berkeley took it away. The intended receiver was Miles Wells, the running back, out of the backfield.
So that West secondary is confused. They are confused. Check this out. You got 2 in the same spot.
Wow.
Watch this. Throws back, looking back. Buchanan, big throw, big arm.
Look, there's Wells waiting, and then Berkeley.
Where did he come from?
Berkeley's speed. And he's like, that's right. Boy, they got away with one there. That would have been easy to drop. I mean, on the collision.
They did.
The clock continues to run, though. Now college rules again, so it doesn't stop on the 1st down.
I like that rule, too, don't you?
Moves the game along. Absolutely.
Doesn't
Buchanan,
There's
screen pass.
Again. Screen off the blitz, right? 1st and long. So maybe they stole their signals. That's what might have happened.
Sign stealing. Now you're into spy game.
The Shriners better get ready for an investigation into sign stealing. Because that's 3 in a row.
It is.
That's not lucky.
Is it too little, too late, though?
Maybe they tapped into their headsets.
That could be, too.
Uh-oh.
That could be. Greg Upham figuring it out. Now you just got to figure out offensive, defensive MVPs and one most outstanding players. They run it up the middle again. Nice run there by Brown. But the clock continues to move. We're under 6.5 minutes left. I feel like he's going to look for Berkeley here, who's going to line up down close to the bottom of our screen. Good shot there of Isaiah Brown, who's had a terrific night trying to run the football out of Great Falls High. He's undecided on where to go to school, but he's making a case for it tonight.
Yeah, it's tough. Really tough.
Coaches that may be watching, and we've seen a couple of Frontier College coaches here tonight. All right, we are now under 6 minutes. They'll hand it off again.
You see his strength there because that was a big hit. That's a big body, too. 97.
Are you surprised they've run it on consecutive plays?
235. What?
You surprised they've run it on consecutive plays?
Yeah.
Down 3 scores with under 6 to play.
Yeah, but you got to remember that this is an offensive mind that wants to run the ball. So
built for it.
Get tight. That's what they do. They go back to what they know. That makes them feel comfortable. It's burning a lot of time.
Yeah.
First and goal here from the 6.
East still with all 3 of its timeouts as they go to the ground up the middle again.
Yeah, this is going to... Yeah, I'm with you here.
Got to burn a timeout here and figure it out on... that was first, so they picked up the 1st down. But the clock continues to run as we're now approaching the 5-minute mark.
Yeah, they'll be burning 2 or 3 minutes to go 2-3 yards, right? I mean, that's not smart.
As you take a quick look at the replay, yeah, just right into the teeth of that defensive line.
West defense is holding pretty tight. They're just playing the time game, right?
Yeah. Buchanan drops back, looks to his outside, has a man.
Nice play.
Berkeley with the touchdown catch. And where was that 2 minutes ago?
Berkeley's got a little bit, you see a little attitude there, too. A little of that Billings senior attitude.
He's got it.
You're in my house.
He's got
my
it.
house, buddy.
Now they're saying let's go for 2 here. They're down 20. They want to go for 2. They're thinking, all right, let's just shorten everything up. The clock does stop, though, with 4 minutes and 40 seconds left. As you see it there, Berkeley gets into the corner of the end zone. I thought, again, they might go to that 2 plays sooner when they brought him back onto the field. Checks his wristband to see what the play call is here.
2-point plays are usually illegal pick routes, so your receivers up top.
All right.
Offense refers to them as rub routes.
Of course.
Right? Just rub a little.
Oh.
Throwback.
Yep, and Buchanan was laid out on his back there. So it's a 35-20 game. Still just a 2-score game. But there need to be a 2-point possession on the conversion.
Would be.
Should we get that far. So we'll head to another break, and when we come back, perhaps an onside kick, Greg Upham. We'll find out after this.
It's your future and all of ours.
So we won't stop working
until it's as bright as it can be.
Okay, when it's done. Okay.
And welcome back again to the Man Mortgage stat of the night. Longest touchdown runs, 72 yards. Scott Spraggins of Great Falls High back in 1990. And we almost had that eclipsed tonight by Gokachia. He had a 70-yard touchdown run to close the first half. Longest touchdown pass, 99 yards. Levi Lindy from Red Lodge hauled it in from Bozeman's Will Wire back in 2014. Let's go down to the field now once again.
Hey, there's still some time left in this game. 4 minutes, 40 seconds. There's football to be played, but there's also donations to be made. I'm going to show you how easy it is to call up the hotline here. 1-800-249-0179. Here it is. I'm calling Shrine Donation, calling the mobile. It's ringing in my ear. Well, hello there. Montana East-West Shrine Game. This is Tom Wiley and Dante Williams, and Dante wanted to pledge $5,000 to the... No, I would love to pledge $100 and challenge anyone out there before this game is done to pledge $100 yourself for the Montana East-West Shrine Game. And let's close this game strong with some strong donations for the Children's Hospital in Spokane. Scott, Greg, back to you guys.
Defensive East. Wasson.
All right, thank you. Good stuff down there, Tommy. I just want to know how much you're going to donate. That's what I want to know. All right, there's the kick, and it is not onside, Greg. So they boot it out of the end zone. Berkeley does. And
into the end zone.
West will take over.
West side takes possession.
Berkeley with the leg right after he comes up with the touchdown catch. So 4:40 to play. It's a 35-20 game. East trying to climb back in it. West has led wire to wire in this one, and also owns 3 straight wins in the series. So West trying to make it 4 straight.
Now you need ball control, right? Now let's see
if you're the West, absolutely.
Yeah. Look at Gokachia go.
Look at him go. He's making a case for outstanding player tonight.
The Grizz are liking what they're seeing tonight. That's for sure. It'll be interesting, you know, because the game gets so much faster at the college level, right?
It does. It does. And the clock continues to run here. East still with all 3 of its timeouts.
They're going to do whatever they can to extend this time.
So it'll be 2nd and short. Looks like 2nd and 2.
You know, it really has been an all-star game. You know, when you start thinking about the plays, like you look at Triplets play and how it changed the game, and you look at Gokachia's and how it changed the game, and you look at, you know, a couple of deep balls by Buchanan. Bush that brings the game back to life, right?
Yes,
and
yes.
A couple of big catches, and there isn't anyone that's just had a constant game, but there's been some big plays.
Maybe Rocco Lencioni, a big play guy for the East tonight on offense. Possibility. I mean, Adam Balkenbush ignited them with a couple of touchdowns. Hard to say. How do you spread the wealth, you know?
Yeah. It hasn't been constant, but it's been big when they need him, right?
Yes, yes. So there's a first down on the play as the clock continues to run here. Thrown downfield, deep ball, deflected.
Nice play.
And helplessly incomplete.
Ethan Triplett again, right? I mean, he just made it look easy.
Yeah, and he's made some big plays tonight. That was Kostelets, who had steps.
You can see why they tore that Class BC All-Star game up.
Yeah,
I mean, he's legit. When you can play fast enough that you slow the game down in your mind, watch him. He just sits back, waits to come down, and right at the end,
Yep.
Not here, not belt, not anywhere.
Great job by our crew tonight, both in the truck and down on the field. Tom Wiley, Dante Williams, all our photographers. The folks out here yesterday stringing cable up the side of the stadium, trying to get us connected with the headsets and the audio. Gokachia one more time here. Just pounding his way for what appears to be another first down.
Now there's 3 minutes left. It's 35-20. The Grizz are probably saying, I don't want him running the ball anymore.
You know that's what they're saying. Throwing stuff at the television set.
No, he comes off the field now. But when you're from Montana, you play till the end of the game.
You do, and he's staying in the ball game. As you take another look at it, he's delivering hits there on that run. And taking care of the football. I mean, it'd be easy for that ball to pop loose.
Yep.
He's done a terrific job
East has
tonight.
all 3 timeouts left, right?
They do.
So if they can get him in a second long here, they need to call timeout. You need to stay in bounds.
And he did. His forward progress was stopped. Yep, before he went out of bounds. Deacon Stern.
I would imagine East will call timeout. They have to.
Here, watch it again. Is Sterna.
You have 3 timeouts. Why would you call timeout here?
I think maybe Rob Stanton just says, you know what? It's too little too late for us, and we're not going to keep the people up all night.
You think he said that?
Maybe not word for word.
I'm going to ask him after the game.
You find out. We'll rejoin programming in progress. When
He's actually taking his history kids to Europe tomorrow, I think.
Is, yeah. They left today, right? I believe, yeah. He does a terrific job of that every year. Rob Stanton. So clock continues to run there, and now a timeout.
Tackled by number 37, Rand O'Neal.
Timeout West. Their first timeout of the half. East.
So the East does call a timeout. It was corrected. And with 1:34 left, East with 3rd and 6. Trying to defend here. Pick up one more possession. Maybe a couple. We've seen him break some.
Wasson, Keim, Lencioni.
We've seen him break some terrifically big plays tonight, the East, but with 1:34 left, hard to say if there's enough life left in this game tonight. Been a fun one to watch.
It has been a fun one to watch. It really has.
The big
I thought it was going to be a blowout, right?
Well, it looked like it at halftime.
And then Triplett said, not tonight.
Right.
Not here.
Right.
And that changed the game for the East. I mean, it absolutely did.
He delivers the big hit midway through the second quarter for the East defense. They turn it around. And then the offense comes to life to open the second half.
Update on Mr. Sider and the donations, 29,000.
Wow.
Thank you, everybody. Outstanding.
Thank you doesn't begin to describe it.
Yep, that's absolutely amazing. And especially what the increased property taxes and the inflation and all the stuff that we have going on, right? I mean, that's outstanding.
Yes, and that pass is broken up. Nice job there. Yeah.
Thank you for the challenges, the coaching challenge, the official challenge, the realtor challenge, the anonymous grandfather challenge. I've never had an anonymous grandfather challenge.
That was River Wasson on the breakup there, the pass breakup to bring up 4th down.
I think the game kept our viewers in too, you know, right?
Viewers hang around, stay on board.
Yeah.
Thanks to that.
Yeah. Thanks for all the volunteers.
Jumping online.
Thanks for Billings for hosting the event.
They'll rotate it around again next year, I believe, up in Great Falls. And that's not a deep punt. Off the side of his foot, and it takes an east bounce. It's down near the 35-yard line. So with $1:29 left in this one. Down 2 scores. East will take over the football.
East side takes over. Fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 on their own 35.
We pointed out earlier, you can't really throw over the top again. So what they do, they ran misdirection and they threw a cross over the top to a couple of wide open receivers.
Yep.
So now what's he got in his playbook? You remember the fumble-rooski?
I do remember that.
In the Orange Bowl, Oklahoma and Miami back in like 1987. Mark Hudson runs it in from like 29 yards for Oklahoma to draw back to within. It looked like the game was going to turn, and Barry Switzer ultimately lost to Jimmy Johnson, and then they both went on to coach Dallas Cowboys. Point is fumble-rooski here? No. Got to be under center for the fumble-rooski. He's got a little bit of running room. Got to get out of bounds. Got to get out of bounds. And he's held up. That was Balkenbush. Had a good call there because Balkenbush, the other quarterback, certainly has the arm to throw. He's shown that tonight.
He has shown that tonight. Yep.
So Balkenbush will come out of the game. Buchanan back in. Clock continues to wind. Under a minute left now in this one. Thomas Buchanan. Oh, not much pass, not much time. Great read. His man wasn't looking. That's picked off and run back for a touchdown.
Hamilton.
And that's the icing on the cake. Another Montana Grizzly.
Yes. How about that? He read that the whole way.
He did, and the running back there out of the backfield just didn't see the ball. He didn't turn in time, and I believe that was
the quarterback
Lammers.
didn't see him either.
No.
He played that beautifully. Absolutely beautifully.
Well, as we look at the replay here, Lammers on the run, and then there's that.
That's what zone defense gives you.
Lucas Lant with the exclamation mark tonight and the big chest bump down in the end zone. Again, last year's final was 45-13 West over the East.
Hey, the East has a problem. 0-4.
0-4 now. Wow, for their last 4.
0-4.
And they came into this series leading 41-35. So by 6, that'll now be trimmed to 5. All right.
East. They fought back, though. I liked the way they fought. I liked it. Made some coaching changes. Now, we'll see if an investigation goes in for Stein stealing.
That's
3 for 3 on a blitz and a screen.
That's Spygate stuff. What, early 4th quarter, late 3rd?
Yeah.
Where were we on that?
Something's going on.
Where were we on that?
You don't get lucky 3 times in a row on a blitz and a screen.
Well, if it was sign stealing, then Coach Stanton called off the dogs after the 3rd one.
Must have been.
Okay, all right. We're not going to
Must have found religion.
Yeah. So the West will kick it off what appears to be one more time. These guys have led it in the red jerseys wire to wire tonight.
They played hard from the beginning, right? The East didn't. The East didn't come out and play as hard as the West. Not until triplets hit. And then they woke up. But
and they got physical.
The pursuit from the West, the defensive line from the West, Go Kachia from the West.
Go Kachia, wow.
Go Kachia. That's what they call quick twitch.
This ball going to get kicked out of bounds.
Yeah.
So that'll be out at the 35-yard line where the East team will take over yet again.
Maybe we can get one more update of Mr. Sider and the team.
Well, you'll see the ways to donate there. And after tonight's broadcast,
free kick out of bounds, kicking team.
Yeah, big thank you again for that
penalty,
telethon crew. Shelly Taylor from Kalispell, and Ruby Pick from Missoula, and Ayla Taves from Bozeman, and Pat Hillen from Calgary, and Mark and Deanna Zora from Butte, and then Terry Volkman from Belgrade. That's who manned the telethon with the leadership of Joey Sider.
Terrific work by everybody involved.
Yep, really a great game. And I asked Mr. Sider if we were on pace from where they've been in the past. He said he thought they were a little bit ahead on 29,000. Thank you again, everybody, for all you've done. Appreciate it. And the news crew, you guys did a really nice job this year of sharing great stories from the hospital. I mean, honestly,
yeah,
it was really, really well done.
It was terrific. Tom Wiley with an outstanding job, and our entire MTN Sports crew, statewide. It's always a pleasure. And they didn't take the ball at the 35-yard line. The East chose for a re-kick there.
A little trickery.
Yep, dig into the Bago tricks. They get him out.
Oh, and that flag came all the way from Shepard. Holy cow, did you see how far that official threw that flag?
He threw. That would have been a 20-yard completion had it been a football.
I'll bet he was a javelin thrower. just the way he stretched out. I coached the javelin for a long time.
Yeah, block in the back. What's your call on this?
Pull it.
During the return, block in the back, number 17, half the distance to the goal, first down.
Officials did a nice job tonight.
They did. Very few penalty calls tonight.
Until they had the vets in the field.
Folks don't want to show up to watch the penalties be called.
Yeah, it's a seven-man crew, too.
Yes.
You don't see that very often. And I'm going to throw a pitch out there for everybody. Everybody's looking for employees, right? I mean, everybody is.
Officials especially, right?
Officials, yeah.
That's where you're going.
Young people would be willing to get into it. They really need the help. And I've talked to all the parents in the state of Montana, and they promise that they're not going to yell at any of the officials. So now you're safe going in. No one's going to yell at you. We promise that.
Credit to those who do officiate. I'll tell you what, and the young ones especially. The veterans, the older guys, they don't care. The guys out here, they've heard it all, and then some. And are you serious? Wow.
Wow. And that was because one big, tall defensive end forced him to throw the ball up.
We thought the exclamation point was on the last INT, pick six.
Oh, boy.
Well, this escalated in a hurry. That is 6 turnovers now for the East, including a pair of pick sixes. So just unraveled late. The game really, especially in the second half, was closer than the score you see right now.
Yeah.
But as you take one more look at it here.
You're sitting in those zones and just sitting back watching him throw the ball.
Yeah, he just threw it a little bit too high there. And Abbott runs it back, yep.
Tyler Abbott out of Florence going to Rocky. How about
Florence Carleton.
See, the Rocky guys are all smiling down there.
Well, he leaves Florence Carleton with a state football title, 3 in a row, actually, and then a championship out here tonight. And that's about the only thing that's gone wrong for the West Side.
Yeah, right.
Off the upright, Kelch.
You know how hard it is to win 3 state championships in a row anywhere, but in a
hard
small
to win
school,
one. Yeah.
You don't have the numbers. Football's a numbers game. Period. I mean, the more numbers you have, the better your odds are. Now, if you have Gokachiyas, then they're better yet. But,
right.
But it is. It's purely a numbers game. It's a statistical thing.
Well, they've scored in just about every way possible tonight between the two teams. Everything pretty much but a punt return, kick return for touchdown.
Yeah.
We are into the 10 o'clock hour now, and we appreciate you joining us. If you've stayed up late with us or you're looking for the news, it'll be on momentarily. We've got 28 seconds left in this game. In the meantime, down to the sidelines and our Tom Wiley one more time.
Yeah, so that extra point might not have seemed very significant, but the most ever points scored by one team, it happened twice, 48 points, so that extra point would have been the most ever points scored by one team in the Montana East-West Shrine Game.
Did you tell the West guys
that? I'll go tell them that. I'll go let them know that,
Go tell the
kicker. They let the fans down. 48 points they're at. That's tied for the most ever, but that one extra point would have been the most of all time.
Great stuff, Tom Wiley.
Thanks, Tom.
He's our rain man. Tom, how much for this candy bar? About $100. Fantastic, Tom. That's a great point, too. And, again, it's about the only thing that's gone wrong for the West tonight.
Yeah.
They've been terrific. All sorts of gifted athletes out on the field tonight. Just the 1 or 2 injuries where somebody gingerly walked off the field, so they escaped there, both sides, and college coaches breathing sighs of relief tonight. Mild return there out toward midfield off the squib kick.
Josh Woodbury, the inside linebacker from Gallatin.
And we're down to our final 22 seconds. Again, your late local news will be immediately following this game tonight. We thank you for joining us and staying up late.
Another update from Joey Sider on the telethon. They're not 31,419, and the phones are ringing. You know, we got to thank the players too. Easy to say, no, I'm not going to play. I might get hurt, but they all came.
You know, one of the
really players.
Yeah, the really neat things about this too during practice week is each of the Shrine ambassadors, the kids who've received treatment, get to attend at least a practice and then some. And they typically get to run for a touchdown, you know, with the guys all around and cheering them on, you know, and it's the talk about heartwarming moments.
Yeah.
So the Shrine ambassadors, thank you for being with us tonight, and that'll do it as the clock winds down in Billings tonight. Your final from Dela Stadium, 48-20. West makes it 4 straight wins over the East. So players are set up at half field to shake hands. West will celebrate another one. There they are at midfield.
That would probably not be possible without Shriners.
Donate now. Please call the number on your screen or go to mtshrinegame.org.
Down here with Cash Gokachia, who made a case for offensive player of the game tonight. You had 2 early touchdowns, really big runs. Tell me how it felt to get those out and set the tone of this game.
Oh, I felt so good. I mean, my O-line just did a really good job, and all my receivers blocking. I couldn't have done without them, and just really felt great to set the tone at the beginning.
Now, that's one great way to end a high school career. How do you think your coaches felt about the performance you had tonight?
Oh, hopefully good. I mean, I just did what I do and just went out there and had fun. So I don't know.
Now, just lastly, as you get ready to head on to the next step in your career, what are you most looking forward to? Hopefully more games like these?
Yeah, I'm definitely most looking forward to the relationships I'm going to build and just the teammates and friends that I'll make along the way. So, yeah.
And then just lastly, can you talk about the experience that you had this week winning with the West team?
Oh, it was so much fun. We had a blast all week at practice, just bonding, and then going out and seeing the Shriner kids and just seeing what this does for them. It was so awesome. Just a great experience overall.
All right, Cash, I think your team is waiting to take a picture with you over there. I'll let you go. That's all we have. Thanks, guys.
All right, good stuff, Dante. Thank you. Thanks to Tom Wiley. Thanks to Cash Gokachia. How can you go wrong with a first name Cash? As those guys down there in the end zone are chanting, go, 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 Gokachia. Greg
I started that.
You started that?
I think I did.
Good enough. All right, Greg Upham.
All right.
For you, I am Scott Breen. Russ Riesinger on stats. Our entire crew tonight, Tom Wiley and Dante Williams down on the field. Thank you for joining us. It's been a privilege and an honor to carry this to you on the MTN station statewide. Once again, your final score from Dela Stadium here at Billings, 48-20. West makes it 4 straight wins over the East.